dice collectors, and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the Hodgepodge Tavern. I'm your DM Carl, and we are stepping through a portal to the infinite planes. Let's discover our forgotten memories. As a recap from last session, I will just quickly run through who our players are. To my left, we have Alex. You can see a little bit more of them now that we have moved the camera back. And Alex, would you like to give us a little description of how you look from this last session?
I don't need to give you a description because I have this beautiful picture. I don't know much about myself so far because I still have amnesia, but I'm definitely a fairy and I'm definitely excited about it. I'm so cute.
And next to Alex, we have Philippe. Would you like to give us a little description of what you found out about yourself so far?
Yeah, I found out that I have a spell book. I may be able to do some magics. I have a single horn, which I still find strange and very interesting. And I look like I'm wearing some fancy clothes, so...
Do you want to hold it up to the camera?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's see. There we go.
If you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. In our far corner, we have Josh. If you'd like to give yourself a little rundown.
I am definitely a bard. I've discovered that. And I'm a rather charming and handsome chap with long flowing locks.
That's questionable. The charming bit.
Oh, objectively.
I've got the stats to back it up, so I'm gonna say I am.
Okay. And on the opposite side of the table to me, as opposed to opposing me, we have Kim. Her voice is a little bit iffy at the moment because she's a bit sick, but...
I was just going to say hi, I'm Kim, and my voice sounds like I've been smoking 3 packs a day for 18
So cool.
years.
Such a
So
cool-
I apologize if my character doesn't have a great accent this evening. This is my girl, by the way.
Beautiful. Next to Kim, we have Kyle.
Hello. This is my beautiful man. It's myself. I don't know much about him. He's very dexterous. He's very somewhat intelligent. He's very wise. A little bit strong. And we'll see how well he progresses in this potential combat.
And finally, on my right-hand side, we have Monique.
So my character is hot.
Yep.
But yeah, she's like 6 foot tall, plays a couple of instruments. She's even got fans, or at least a fan.
Very special one.
Very special fan. But other than that, don't know too much. Suspect she could be a bard, but don't actually know that yet.
Okay. Perfectly.
Could be a wizard.
It could all be wizards.
Could all be wizards.
Now, Carl has kindly
amazing.
written up a little summation of what happened in our previous session, so if you'd like to walk us in.
That's very clear. Last time on Hodgepodge Heroes, 6 adventurers, perhaps, found themselves washed up along a shore of a river that seems to wash away all memories, as one of them very quickly found out. They know not their names, their history, or even what they could do with their own bodies and minds, though they spent quite some time figuring things out. They did learn that quite a few of them were musically inclined, with 2 probably being professionals. One of these more dedicated performers showed off his skills marvelously, playing a heartening song for the party as they ventured away from the shipwreck they awoke in, following the river of forgotten memories eastwards. The other performer spent their time covering the party's tracks, aware that the shipwreck was not an accident. Another one, the shortest of the party, flew up high and determined the way with perceptive eyes and a talent for finding direction in unfamiliar places. Another party member appeared to be a mage and quickly put his magical skills to use, helping transport members of the party, as well as a body that did not wake with the others. Of the 2 remaining members, both appeared to be in their peak physical fitness, dexterous and agile. One, a blonde woman with a mysterious accent, took the lead, boldly striding forward and taking an almost natural leadership role.
Oh no.
The other, an iron-skinned man, rode on the mage's conjured device and contemplated what was going on. As the party made their way east, they encountered a creature in their path, running as if in a panic. Behind this creature were 3 large, round, and angry-looking shapes. 4 large, round, and angry-looking shapes.
Quick edit.
Now, colours, let's get into the thick of it. So, as we left off last time, you were being approached quite rapidly by this small creature. This small creature, as it gets closer after screaming that it was being chased, you start to make out its features a bit more. This thing can't be more than a foot and a half tall. It's got 2 wings and a long tail with a stinger at the end of it. As it approaches, you make out that its wings have been bitten or torn. There are holes in the flesh itself, seemingly rendering it unable to fly. And its eye, it has just one. The other one appears to have been crudely ripped out. And it's running closer and closer towards you. And it's, 30 feet away. The things that are chasing it 50 feet away from yourselves, so 20 feet behind it. And with that, you roll into initiative, everyone.
Straight into it tonight.
Do you have initiative?
Yes.
Modifier?
I will give everyone a modifier when they give me the number. If we'll work through, just in this one instance, if we go left and around the table, just that way I can give everyone their modifiers as we go.
Is it okay if we guess our initiative? So that you can confirm it? Confirm or deny?
You can if you would like to.
Okay.
If that is of interest to you. Okay, so Alex,
Am I guessing?
if you want to guess,
+2?
incorrect.
Ah!
You are looking at a +4.
Oh!
That's a nice surprise.
Yeah, okay. Take that.
So what have you rolled?
Oh, a 15, so that's 19, sorry.
19 total. Okay, and Philippe,
I rolled a 19.
and what do you think your initiative is?
+1.
+1. You are incorrect. It is a +0.
Oh.
Good
But
for
not
that
a
roll.
-0.
Yeah,
That's good.
Not a -0.
positive.
And Josh,
I got a 19, and I'm gonna guess +3.
you are correct.
Right.
So that'll make you into a 22.
22.
Sorry, Philippe, what was the number that you rolled?
19.
19. Perfect. Pretty high initiative so far.
Oh god, that means I'm gonna be on first.
Kim,
I rolled really badly. I rolled a 7, but I think I have a +4.
you do indeed have a +4.
Quick maths. That's
So-
an 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
Kyle,
I rolled an 8, and I'm guessing I have a +4 initiative.
that is correct. So that gives you a 12. And last but not least,
I rolled a 9, and I think I have a +2.
that is correct. So that gives you
11.
11. Okay. Now, as this thing rapidly approaches you, I would like to place it out on the board. If anyone hasn't guessed, this
Well, would
is
you like it?
what it looks like. I've even painted it. On the right hand side, probably about there, yes.
Nice.
Should we just...
Move him a little bit further back.
Show them off.
Show him off.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
which way around is it? This way?
Yeah. If you put your hand underneath them, they'll be able to see it.
Should
really well.
focus a bit better, yeah.
Do you want to use the tray?
Is that focusing okay?
I have no idea.
Just-
I,
Yeah,
thi-
it's
I
so
think
small.
so. Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's quite small.
So
There
this-
we go.
Oh yeah.
A small creature with some wings.
So over here somewhere?
Yeah, if you move it a bit further away from the pool, so between the two rocks.
Nice.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So, The creatures that are chasing after it are bulbous, bloated bodies. As they move closer and closer, you can make out some features. They've got very fleshy physiques, and you notice a very discerning feature. They don't have eyes. They have jagged, pointed teeth in each of their eye sockets, and a massive, gaping, toothy mouth.
Ew.
No,
And
I don't like it.
courtesy of
No, thank you.
courtesy of our player Josh, we have a few painted.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you can see them particularly well, but if you would like to take them and place them
Place
just
those.
Literal
20 feet.
spheres.
They're so
So
gross.
ridiculous.
20 feet behind.
Yeah, 20 feet behind, please.
And you painted those. They look great.
Yeah, they're
you.
incredible.
Go
Josh's
this way?
shading is something else.
Oh,
Yeah, it almost looks like they're like you can see them moving like
Yeah.
that.
Tell him everything he knows.
I can hear the flesh slapping.
I love it.
It's like me when I go up the stairs.
it's pure airbrush. Like
Yeah, it's me going up the stairs too. Yeah. Don't leave me hanging, girl.
not on stream.
Oh my gosh.
Usually like, anyway.
Okay.
That's the other channel.
Also,
20 feet-ish.
courtesy of our dear friend Josh, we do in fact have models of each of our players.
You joking?
We've got them.
Oh my god.
So, if you would like to
Your voice is
unveil
con-
them,
Your
one
voice
by one.
is containing your excitement.
Okay,
Kim may die in the middle of the stream, but don't worry,
Alright.
we'll continue on.
let's start this way, I suppose.
It's fine. She's at the back anyway. It's alright.
I have probably the most delicate of the bunch,
Oh
so
my goodness! Oh my god, Josh, that's incredible.
I just printed it.
We'll take some pictures.
Actually, I did a bit of modification.
Oh,
on that
wow.
one,
Oh my god.
Should we show in DM cam?
I am so
Yeah,
happy.
if you want
This one here?
close-ups, we should definitely
Oh, sure.
put them on the Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, we'll take some pictures.
I didn't even move.
Okay.
Yeah, get a bit closer, babe. Yeah.
Hopefully you can make that out.
That's so good.
we don't have a horn yet.
Thank
Michael?
you so much.
On its,
So
on
if you
its
would
way.
like to place yourself down probably about 30 feet away from the imp in that general area, you did have a companion that said last
Oh,
time
beautiful boy.
we should spread out.
Yeah.
That's right. This is the river right in the middle.
This is the river right in the middle, yes.
So we're going to be like...
Okay.
On
Or
this
the
side, the
side.
right-hand side, or
Side.
my right-hand side, where the imp is. Next up,
If you want closer, higher detailed pictures, you should go on our Instagram at Hodgepodge Heroes.
Eventually.
Yeah,
It'll be there.
they will
Yeah.
be there.
Very
At some
soon.
so we
point.
have the next model in here, which is
After
Philippe's
this
character.
session.
And if you would like to place yourself, probably about 30 feet away again. Next up, we have
Ooh,
Kimberly's
oh my God, it
character.
looks so good. Wow, I had trouble finding a mini because they were either really booby or full of jewelry. So I went on and made my own.
The
and
braid is
Josh
in
made it so
motion.
beautiful.
So the
So
design
that's
was done on Hero Forge and then
It's a hero forge, yeah.
exported out in an STL file and printed by Josh.
Cool. Do you want to show?
And I'll pop it up on
Looks
this.
so good. Oh,
And we'll make sure we put all
Okay.
of the. We'll make sure we put all of the links to the miniature creators and stuff, because
it's on manual focus. Sorry.
Oh, no
there
worries.
we go.
I'll pop it in this one then. Now that we're back. Oh, there
So-
we go.
Yeah, that's not really focusing either.
Oh, go on our Instagram. You'll see it
Yeah.
Go on our
They're
Instagram for
doing
better
our best.
quality. So if you again like to put
Were you
yourself
at the
about
front or the
30 feet
back?
away.
I was at the front.
Put it at the front.
You were the one leading
These guys
the
are
charge.
actually more like 40, 50 feet.
Yeah, I
So-
was at the front.
Ooh.
Oh,
3, 4,
my God, that ball cut.
6.
Yeah, I know, right?
30 feet
Yeah,
from
you
the front
got the
line.
ball
how
cut.
did you do that?
We can be
Hero
a little
Forge.
bit further back with squishy.
Did
you?
Yeah,
Squishy
this is
with-
not a hero forge.
Yeah,
that
it's a
makes
hero
sense.
forge.
Yeah.
So we have another one designed on Hero Forge, it seems.
We have.
Yep.
It is
Oh, wow.
amazing.
Boy.
That's
Oh
really
my
good.
gosh.
Slightly modified with some spikes, but other than that,
Yeah.
Manually modified.
Josh added the spikes at the shoulders.
That's incredible.
Did you?
yeah.
So amazing.
I was saying before, it's
Oh my god, the
easy.
hair
It's
is
just like
perfect.
one tool and ZBrush, just go pull out a few
Damn.
things.
That
if you would
haircut
like
line is
to
so good. It's like
pop
a
yourself
I
down.
bonded it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, literally.
I mean,
Where are you
For like a salad bowl and a towel,
Yeah.
and they're just
I'll
like,
be-
sit down.
what piece of terrain is this?
So that is just a bubbling pit of lava.
So you're just here?
Yeah, sure.
I'll briefly
Chilling.
explain
Chilling.
the terrain.
Yeah.
Through the centre,
Yeah.
we have the
Yeah.
river that our
Yeah, it's just
companions
monks up front.
awoken alongside. They've been following the river heading towards the east. So we have two large bubbling black pools of lava and bile and various rocky formations.
Lava, rocky formation, river.
Oh no,
Do
there's
not
a,
fall into
there's a
this.
body spiked on that rocky formation.
There is a corpse.
Oh, look at this.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
It's got a nice delicate spike on the bottom of it, which I think is not going to last more than one session. It is so
Oh,
delicate.
this bit that's
But if it snaps, that's fine. It will still look like a perfectly good loop.
That's incredible.
Okay, let me
That is lovely.
And
Thanks,
then
Josh.
display
That
this
was
out.
me.
Quote by Bev says, Josh is the man.
So
Definitely.
we may get some detail in there. Okay, if you'd like to place yourself. And
I'm in the
finally,
back. Yeah.
we have...
Very supportive.
I was covering our tracks.
character.
You
Yeah.
were.
That is true.
You were covering the tracks. It was said.
Oh,
canon.
beautiful butter.
Total cannon.
So, if you would like to place
Josh
yourself...
at the utmost front.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
Very
right
bravely
in front.
leading from the front.
Yeah,
You were on the disc, right?
I was on the disc, so I'd be like probably
middle
about where you
somewhere.
are,
Yeah.
or just maybe just in front of you.
It's about, the disc is about 20 feet behind our wizard, right?
Oh yeah, true.
2, 3. Yeah, so
Yeah, around there.
4.
Yeah.
So about there.
Good enough.
Perfect.
Alright.
Okay, in which case, with that, we will begin our first combat encounter of the campaign. Starting us off, we have Josh.
Oh my god.
At least we're starting with the person who knows what they are.
That's true. I have no idea.
Yeah, Bard, what spells do you have right now?
I've got Vicious Mockery.
That's true.
Very
you do
useful,
have that.
let's be honest.
Alright, what's the distance between me and these guys? Because I think whatever spell I have is very good
50.
chance it's not even going to have a range.
60.
Quite far, actually.
It's quite far.
65 to imp.
You can
Okay.
always
About
just
100
try
feet.
Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast and see what happens.
I mean, it's always a chance.
Always a chance.
Alright. Well, I'm not sure exactly what my offensive capabilities are at this range. So, I'm going to... I'm going to look to our fairy friend,
Hello.
who has the vines tattoos, right?
On my
Writhing
legs.
on your legs. And I'm going to say, my fine fairy friend, do those tattoos do anything? Because it would be lovely if we could get some vines somewhere in this area.
And then she's just gonna kind of start kind of touching her legs and trying
And
to reach for some kind of energy or.
And I'll say, I believe in you. And you should believe in yourself as
And
well.
I'm
And I'll
filled
do a
with
little,
sense of-
what I think is like a little fey ditty, whatever, some sort of nice light musical thing. And I'll give you inspiration.
Okay.
And I'll give you a dice. So I can remember.
Oh,
Look at that.
Always the nicest way to try and remember.
Yeah, I do have some
Sweet.
actual.
However, you do
inspiration
have an
dice.
action. That is a bonus action.
Yeah, but Alright. Offensive spell. I cast first level offensive spell.
do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll move 30 feet forward.
So damaging or...
Yeah.
Damaging if yes, please. Damaging if possible. If not, just whatever.
And leveled or cantrip?
Yeah, give me a level 1.
Level 1 spell. Okay. So, as you
I feel
sort
like
of...
I'm ordering something at the bar. Give me something
One at the
offensive,
house.
maybe a level 1.
With ice?
Yeah.
So, as you
On the rocks.
step forth and you're thinking hostile thoughts, and your hand goes towards your string, and you sidle up with your instrument, and you hear, as you place your hands and you slide along, a very loud, discordant sound. And then, as you slide back down, a loud boom emanates from you, and you cast Thunder Wave directly in front of you.
I have a feeling that that's not going to be super useful.
Unfortunately, it does not reach.
With
However,
a range of 15 feet.
No.
as you do so, a whirlwind of dust and ash sweeps forward, and a loud erupting boo erupts from around you. And with that, I will give you a spell card with the information for Thunderwave.
Thank you.
Damn.
How is this person doing?
They're fine. It was so the way that Thunderwave works is it emits out from you in a direction.
Yeah, it's
So it's
okay.
directing it towards it.
Okay,
So
Okay, so he's fine. Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
you would be fine. It would be the
If you-
9 cubes directly in front of you.
It doesn't like knock him into the pit of lava.
It does not knock them into a pit of lava.
Well, guys, somebody's making me a character.
So, with that, your action, your bonus action, you moved. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
No.
I think that's
Okay.
all I got.
So, with that, the small, almost impish-looking creature attempts to run forward. Carl, if you'll be so kind as to move him 20 feet forward. And as he does so, he's like, thank you for this. You will not regret this. And as he runs forward and he gets closer, you notice that tucked in with his wings, you see a grossly overlarge sword for the size of his body.
He's carrying it.
He's carrying it,
Oh.
but it is way too large for him.
Perhaps we can come to some sort of deal.
Maybe
And with that,
Oh, dear.
we will move over to Alex.
So with our bard's inspiration,
Mhm.
I'm panicking and I'm in the air. So my movement, I'm gonna move. Can I fly over to here behind our monk?
Yeah, that should be a plenty movement.
Yeah, 30. And as I'm in the air, I'm reaching for some kind of energy. Maybe can I use that as my bonus action to see like what I can do with? I don't know what they use, so I don't know what I'm allowed to use.
It will be whatever you're trying to activate. So if you're trying to activate something that is a bonus action, then you can try and trigger something along those lines, or you can try and use your action to try and activate something if you have it.
I would like to try and use my bonus action to activate somehow these vines that seem to be moving,
Okay.
reaching some energy.
So as you try to do so, nothing happens, I'm afraid.
Cool. Cool. So really, they're just for show. All right. They're
pretty, though.
They're very pretty.
So far.
Yeah. Right. Can I, seeing what our bard has done, can I also reach for some kind of offensive? Do I have any offensive spells in my gut bubbling within me?
Concerning what the bard has
still
done
believe in you.
front of him.
So as you focus in on yourself, you feel almost drawn towards the amber sort of necklace on your chest,
The amulet.
the amulet. And as you sort of reach for it and you try to focus a negative force out, unfortunately nothing.
Oh my god!
happens.
I'm decorative. Am I not a fairy? Am I actually a garden gnome?
Yes. A garden gnome with wings.
Oh my god.
If I saw you like trying to do magical things and nothing coming out, I would be like, trying using that steel in your hand.
And I am holding a rapier, but I also have a bow.
And you do also have a bow.
Bow and arrow. Well, given my vantage point and my height advantage, I'm just gonna panic and grab the bow.
Unfortunately, you can't attack
Can I
with it
not?
this turn because you have used your action to try and channel
Oh,
some
you're
magic.
joking me?
Nope.
You're a cruel master.
What can I say? You've tried to focus and you
So
were...
basically, I just flew and then I squirmed for 2 minutes and then nothing happened.
6
And I go,
It looks like you were
tried.
trying to make a poo.
Yeah, just looked really constipated as you came over. This
Guys, I don't feel so good.
Correct.
Nice.
I don't know what to do. I'm just going to show I don't know what to do.
Okay, is there anything else?
Well, have I used
You've used all your movement? I don't know. You might be
You're
able to
doing
Yeah,
do
no.
wonderfully. This was only a minor disappointment.
I should probably give this back.
I'll give it to someone that's going to use it.
Guys, I don't know who I am, okay?
Hey,
Okay.
I almost killed the imp. I was closer. Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome.
In which case, we'll move along to Philippe.
Oh, I would walk forward as I see my fairy friend struggling, and I just, as I walk, I kind of give you a look as you're like tensing. Move over here, and I believe I'm within an okay range. And I'm leafing through my spell book as I reach forward because luckily I have them written down. Which, when you don't have memories,
Oh my god.
Convenient.
and
Useful.
I start tracing some symbols in the air, and I put my hand forward and cast Toll the Dead.
Okay, what is the range on that?
60 feet.
60 feet, in which case, yes, that should work. That is a wisdom save, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah. I can confirm. But it is.
Okay. They fail, so how are you trying to do this?
So I mean, at this point I don't actually know what these spells do. I'm literally following instructions as if you were building some IKEA furniture and stuff is happening, and I'm like, okay, so I this works. I have no memory of ever learning this or being able to do this, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. But the effect would be perhaps some of the fleshy bits of these creatures start having these spidery webs of necrotic damage to them.
Perfect. And what is the component for a Toll Dead, or is it just purely verbal?
The component verbal and somatic.
Verbal and somatic.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, you sort of wave your hands around almost instinctively as you sort of read the instructions, and you're like, right, this hand goes up here, this hand goes here, and you sort of force your will towards these things. If you'd like to roll damage, none of them have been injured, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's a D8, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. And as you do so, you can see that sort of like the cheek on one starts to spread, and it's sort of almost the tendrils of necrotic energy like weave into its gaping mouth.
Oh, I've made him look worse.
Well, keep doing it until it's dead.
Which one would you like to have targeted?
That one there,
Second
which is the one I can kind of see.
Okay. So he is alive still. But yeah, you have definitely caused some sort of inflection upon him. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to try?
Yeah, I will try to kind of hide behind the strong lady in front of me.
Okay. Next up, that will take us to the bloated creatures. And they're going to slosh forward.
Slosh.
And you can hear their bodies going... as their mouths sort of gape, and you hear like a faint buzzing sound as they start to get closer, and you notice that there are flies, rancid flies swirling all around their bodies. And if you would like to move all of them forward for me.
How much?
20 feet.
Oh, what is that smell?
And in fact, they're just going to pick up momentum as they're coming down the hill, and you can see they start rolling forward.
They're literally so wide they like don't sit
Fit
next to
each
each
other.
other.
So if you'd like to move them forward another 20 feet, please.
Would you say
Oh,
that
God.
they are rolling on a river?
love it.
Terrible part of the campaign.
Take the inspiration away.
Oh, sorry.
Which direction is the river flowing? Is it flowing towards you?
Yes, it is flowing towards you.
Yeah,
So you
it's
were
making
going
it
up
extreme.
the river from your
yeah,
survival
of
check
course.
when you were rolling.
Okay, cool.
And these things, they start rolling towards this creature. And from there, that is all they're able to do for the minute. So, Kyle, you're up next.
I yell at the imp, at the sword. I look at the imp, and then at the sword, and I stretch my hand as I run forward. Would he be able to respond?
Yeah. Well, what are you doing? Sorry.
I'm just looking at the imp, and I'm just like, and then looking at his sword. And I guess I say, "Let me have that."
And as you sort of do so, he sort of holds it closer to himself and says, "No, this is what I've come with. Get rid of them, please."
All right. 10, 15.
Right in the middle of it.
And then I smack this guy. The second one.
Is that the one I targeted?
Yes.
Okay. So how are you trying to attack him?
I am going to punch him straight in his gut.
Okay. Roll me a d20, please. Your modifier for that is 6.
Could I just ask
Yes.
about the wisdom saving throw?
Oh,
Yes. They rolled a 7,
Oh,
and that was a
gosh.
fail.
It cannot be doing this to me.
Does a 9 hit?
9 unfortunately does not hit. So as you sort of try to strike a good blow at them, you just hit a very large flabby portion of its body, and the fist just hits in, and you can see that it just ripples with the flesh all around it as if it absorbs
Beautiful.
the force of the energy.
Can I do it again?
You can certainly give it a try.
Summoning up perhaps another charge of energy, a bonus ability.
So yeah, as you're focused on this thing and you're like, I need to hit it, you can use your bonus action to make an unarmed strike against it.
I'm a monk.
Oh, buddies.
God damn.
Monks get no key points at level 1. Just thought I'd put that out there. Which sucks balls.
It's a level
12
3.
What's
key?
2.
12 unfortunately does not. So as you swing in
that exists.
with one fist and it dissipates, you swing in with the other one, but you do it a bit too quickly and you hit the ripple that you had, and it resonates through its
So
flesh.
all I did was give this guy a massage.
A good one.
A very good.
To win their favour.
Deep tissue.
Deep
massage.
tissue.
Well, I'm gonna die.
Okay, and from that, if you have nothing else you'd like to do, we will move over to Kim.
Right. Do I feel... So, I'm torn because I want to know whether or not this imp is stolen this sword and is being chased by the people he stole them from, or whether he is being chased by bad people. Is it possible for me to do like a insight, or is my first instinct just to go and attack? I'm really torn.
You can go with whichever course of action you would like. He will be able to respond if you did want to inquire anything to him.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna run up so that I am right next to the imp guy in front of the big ball of flesh. Yeah. And I'm gonna say, "You better not have stolen the sword," and then I'll try and punch the. I'm assuming punch or kick this.
Yeah. By all
Flesh ball.
Roll me your attack. Your modifier for that is a +6.
That's fucking terrible. That's a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. Is that with the +6? Yes.
Yeah.
That does not hit, I'm afraid. So again, similar to the way that the first strike from your companion hit, you just hit like into the chest, or like the breast area, and it just sort of ripples out and around.
Is it possible for me to spin around and try and kick him
Yes, by all
as my
means.
bonus action?
As your bonus action,
Is that
you can make
possible?
another unarmed strike.
I'm a monk! That's better. 16 plus 6 would be 24.
22.
Is that? No,
Two.
22. Thank you.
22 does hit. Can you roll me a d4, please?
If you can do it, I can do it.
So, as you punch and this thing ripples out, you sort of instinctively swing your leg around and you smack it straight on the side of its head. And you can see that the head is less sort of bloated. It's still quite large and almost fatty, but there's definitely some sort of structure underneath it that
Okay.
you have impacted.
Did she
Nice.
did she just do the splits in the air?
Am I correct in thinking that's a D4 plus 4?
That is in fact a D4 plus 4
Awesome, so that's 6 points.
of bludgeoning
Oh.
damage.
Kicking damage, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's on the one on the far left, correct?
Yeah, the one closest to the river.
The one closest to the river. Okay.
Nice.
It does not look particularly pleased with that. Is there anything else you'd like to try?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. In which case, we're down to the bottom with Monique.
So I'm gonna start walking this way, and as I'm walking, I pull out my lute, and you hear like a really quite low drum beat as I start kind of tapping on the kind of center of my lute, trying to build up a drum beat, and then I start building up a kind of lighter tones around the edge, and I'm focusing my attention on the Iron Fellow, and I'm trying to kind of build up that kind of like wartime beat and see if it has any effect on him.
Okay. So as you do so, you use your bonus action. Are you using your bonus action or your action?
I don't know because it's a black. Because I guess
Are you trying to motivate them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In which case, yes, you will use your bonus action and you will give them a bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Bard
There we
buddies!
go.
Bard
Bard
buddies! Are we
Bard
both
buddies,
wizards?
I think. I don't think you're very magical.
So that would be, I believe, a D6.
It may just be my book that does it. It may not be
Maybe
me.
it's
Not a
Yeah,
very
nice
smart
for
wizard.
It may just be with the book.
We're just buddies.
Or
Just
maybe
buddies.
secretly you're a fairy. You don't know. Maybe you're just
Very magic.
yeah, your wings are cut
Someone
off.
took my wings.
I would be so annoyed if he has fairy magic and I don't.
Maybe you just lost your public.
Maybe I lost my belief in myself.
I think that's pretty clear from the last. the
If you hadn't then, you have now.
yeah.
My goodness.
I still believe you.
I'll shock you all.
You can do it!
So I
Something.
will come to
Yeah.
Everyone.
here,
Bardic inspiration as well.
and then I will try. And the problem being that me as a player, I don't know anything about bards or the spells that they have.
That's fine.
Um,
If you just give me, I would like to cast an offensive leveled spell, offensive cantrip, a buff, a debuff, something along those lines.
Yeah, it's what I. So I was thinking. I think what she would want to do is try and do something to the imp
Okay.
to slow them down, stop them, impede them. Don't want to hurt them,
Yeah.
but whether even if it's like disrupting the ground in front of them, or if it's doing something to them to slow them down, like debuffing them or something. But I am suspicious of that guy.
Okay. So you want to sort of have a negative effect. You don't want to hurt him.
Yeah, but I just want
You
to.
want to have a negative.
I don't want him to run off with this sword.
Yeah.
Yes.
This sword is.
We are
Love
missing
this.
swords.
Yeah.
We can do with gear.
That's fine. So as you do so, you pull your. It was a lute that you have, isn't it?
Yep.
So you pull your lute out, and you begin sort of playing with the strings, and you sort of let out a almost very sort of high pitch, maybe like a comedic sound. And as you do so, you feel sort of like a reflex inside of you. And would you like to tell me a very bad joke?
Yes.
Oh, I would, but now everything is gone.
Your pain.
So it turns out I'm gonna try my hand at ventriloquism. I actually don't know any jokes.
That's fine. We'll just say that you tell a hilarious joke.
That's always a good one.
I don't. Knock knock. Who's there? I don't know what I'm doing.
And that is how the spell is cast.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Who's there? Do I say this bit?
Is it my turn?
You don't even remember any jokes. That's how bad this memory was.
That's like day one of comedian school.
And from the music that you play on your instrument, you see like a tiny feather just come out and head towards the creature, and it sort of tickles him. And you cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So I will have to roll myself a wisdom saving throw, I believe. And I will need to check the modifier that this thing has, which I don't have on me at the moment, foolishly. So I will stick with that. It rolls a 13. And as a result of that, it falls to the floor laughing. So that is now incapacitated. So I do have a little marker here for that, I believe.
Very nice.
Ooh, lovely.
I believe the effect is incapacitated. Is that correct from the street that I
Oh,
gave
sorry.
you?
Yes.
Incapacitated. Perfect.
Fall prone, become incapacitated and can't stand up for the duration.
Okay.
The imp, is that right?
I'm struggling to find that one. Let's work restrained on him for the minute.
Is that a quest giver?
Then we get a sword.
Oh, did it drop the sword?
Or
Or is it just in a satchel or something?
It was wrapped inside
Wrapped.
of his wings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's rolling on the floor with the sword in his wings. And he is cackling.
That is disturbing.
It's amazing.
Perfect. Is there anything else? Would you like to move any closer, or are you happy staying there?
I should pick a square. I'm going to stay there. Don't want to get involved in all of this.
You want to be right next to the lava.
Good point.
Oh, gosh,
Perfect.
I forgot about the light.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's fine. That pit.
It's black. Obviously, it's cold.
Okay. Perfect. So that brings us back to the top of the initiative, where we have Josh.
Okay. What is this one that Kim hit?
Down on the left.
How bad is it looking?
So, as you sort of see, this thing's head is sort of the teeth are very clenched, and you can see a sort of black ooze dripping down from the side of his face. He's looking a little bit bloodied.
Okay, so he's not like about to keel over.
He's not about to keel over, but he definitely looks like he has taken a bit of damage.
Right. I'm going to, in that case, I wonder. Oh. I was just trying to think if there was a way that I could hit them with my thunderwave, but not the bard. Oh, not the bard, the monk.
There is a way that you could do it.
No.
If you...
I was trying to hit as many as possible, but yeah, I could hit two. But I just want to find out what my other spells are. So I'm going to. I'll look at the closest one to me, and I will cast different offensive spell that is leveled.
That is leveled.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
This might be your last one.
Oh, actually, no. I'll save my level. I will cast on that one other cantrip.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I feel like my energies are running low.
Okay, so you have one of your cantrips, I believe.
Yeah, I
You prepared it earlier. You
Thaumaturgy?
So you guys come
Mockery.
Oh, Vicious
Vicious
Mockery. That
Mockery,
was
yeah.
that was my cantrip.
that was your held one. So you
Oh.
wanted to cast something that isn't that, yes?
Yeah, and did you say before that I did have something like Thaumaturgy?
You did have Thaumaturgy.
Okay, so I know my other cantrip.
Okay.
All right. In that case, I'll just cast Vicious Mockery on the one that's been wounded, and I'll say.
I will give you a slight difference. Your Thaumaturgy
Yeah.
appears to be an inherent feature. So you didn't necessarily cast that through your instrument.
You're a
It
demon.
came from your
What?
body?
What the
Like it came from him?
It came from him.
You're a
You don't-
demon, son.
No, it came from your hair. Your hair is full of cantrips. That's why it's so big. That's why it's so big.
What's
Okay.
going on?
All right. So, in that case, I assume that I still have a cantrip that I know, because I have 2 cantrips known.
Yep.
So I assume that I still have another one. Then, if the other one is innate, that's probably separate to the ones I know.
Correct. That would be a reasonable assumption as a player,
All right.
considering this is metagame the game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. How
go
much do we know the player's handbook?
Yeah. I go back to my original plan of I cast cantrip.
Okay. And as you sort of do so, you prepare yourself, and you're like, I prepare a cantrip. And you feel the words leave your mouth and linger around the head of the creature. You have cast message.
He just hears cantrip.
Does that distract him in any way, perhaps?
Nice.
So, oh,
Oh, and you've got this one as well, which is the...
Nice. So that was an action. So I think as my bonus action, I will.
So you've expended 2 uses of your bardic inspiration.
Yeah, and actually that was my third because I'd used 2 in our role play, and that was the third that I gave to Alex. And I have 4, I think, equal to my modifier, which is +4.
charisma.
Yeah, so I've got 4, so I've got 1 more. In which case, I'll give it to.
I already have one.
I will give it to our other monk, who is
Frontliners are in
the front
distress.
line, and yeah.
How would you like to bolster your blonde-haired belle-ish sort of...
Our Brady lady.
Your Brady lady.
I'm going to run past you, and I'm going to run basically sort of toward where Alex is, and just leg it like around that other side of the... And as I'm doing that, I'm going to start doing something that is like in time with the kicks and punches that you're doing. Like just doing like little... intensifying like notes as I'm going past, and I'll just run past and say, "We're all counting on you, very much, especially the handsome ones." And then I'll just as I get past.
Beautiful. Okay. In which case, we're going to skip on down to this imp that is lying on the floor, cackling, and it continues to do so. Does it get to make any more saves with that, or is it just...
At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage.
Okay, so it is rolling on the floor, and it is going to try and break out of its laughter. That is a 7. So that is a fail. He is still lying on the floor, rolling around, laughing. You could say he's ruffling. Okay, in which case, Alex.
She's lost all patience now. She's just going straight for the bow, and she's going to go for the one that's attacking Kim. And there's just going to be like this vaguely malevolent look coming across her face. She's just going to loose an arrow and aim for a skull.
Okay, so if you would like to roll the attack, I believe you have attack with a longbow, so you know that you have a +6 modifier.
Oh dear, that's 13.
13 is a hit.
Whoa! Nice.
Take that, boobs.
So that will be a D8 with a +4.
Oh, drop the thing. Sorry. Excuse me. That would be an 8.
Which ones were you attacking? The one on the far
This
left.
one down here.
Okay, so as you loose your arrow, how would you like to kill it?
Hey!
I want to glance it so it hits the side of the skull and knocks it sideways, and I want it to blob blobulously into the river.
I love that.
Okay.
That's a word.
Blobulously into the river. And as you do so, you sort of hit it on the right-hand side of its head, or its left-hand side from the way it's looking, your right-hand side. Its sort of body wobbles and loses under sort of balance based off the kick, and then the other side and sort of being rattled, and it comes off of its very tiny feet and rolls into the water and starts to rather rapidly head down the river. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
With this success and the adrenaline from this, as a bonus action, she's going to try and reach for some kind of cantrip.
Okay.
Try.
Try.
Go try it.
With a bonus action, unfortunately, you do not cast anything. So you're just there like, right, success. I've done something. No.
I mean, I'm not useless. I did help.
You did.
You did.
Help
You did.
out.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
That bow is amazing.
That's
In
one
that
attack
case, I'm
that
just
you're
going to
not
use
gonna cope.
free action to shout to the group, come on guys, we can do this. So I'm going to just try and
Perfect.
pass on some
In
positive.
which case, we'll move on to Fleep.
Nice. So I get a bit shocked by this arrow that just goes and kills one of these blob things. I was like, I will not be undone by you, and I cast again the same spell I cast before on
Toll the Dead.
the guy. Yeah, Toll the Dead on the same dude I attacked previously.
Okay.
How does this bell that we hear when you toll the dead?
I'm not sure if it's a bell. It's more like a it's a vibration.
A resonating wave of necrotic energy. It rolls an 18 and it passes.
18 passes.
You're whittling it down. You've got a range now.
I go, darn it, and look back into the book as if I perhaps, didn't follow the instructions properly.
Perfect.
And I think that may be it. But I'll try to perhaps slink my way.
You fucking
True
coward.
wizard.
We've established a very strong front line and back line.
Perfect. In which case, the creatures at the front are wobbling themselves forward. Two of them are engaged with two individuals. They notice that their prey almost is incapacitated and is no longer a threat to them. So they're going to try for anything that's seemingly preventing them from getting
What
their prey.
horseshit is this?
I mean,
Sorry.
No.
so with that, you can see that they sort of lurch forward and rolled, and all three of the mouths that make up their globular face reach forth, and they try to take bites out of one into Kim's character and one into Kyle's character. So with that, they're going to do for Kim, that is a 22 to hit. And
I'm assuming that hits.
that does exceed your armor class.
Right. Yeah.
And they bite deep into you for a...
Oh yeah, we don't know our health.
You don't know your health.
Or your AC.
For 9 points of damage.
9?
Maximum damage on that roll.
Oh.
But you are still up.
Okay, I'm
I don't think
You
I
are
would
lucky.
be.
I don't know if I would be.
No.
This thing has taken a
I'm just gonna
massive
walk in. Don't know if I will.
gouge out of your
God.
face, and you can
My
feel
beautiful face.
it's bleeding, and you can feel all of these teeth, all three of them from the eyes and the mouth, sink into the side of your face. And it does not feel good.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
The other one is going to try and take the bite out of our other bound companion. But that is a 7 to hit,
No.
unfortunately.
Does he stop? Like as he's coming towards you to bite you, you just go, no. He just goes, no? You're allowed to say no?
Yeah, literally. As you do so, you say no, and it's sort of like a look of confusion washes over its face, and it's like,
No.
and yeah, it stops in its tracks. And from that, we have the third and final one. This one is going to hobble on over past everything towards the back. It's got a lot of momentum from when it was rolling. And it is going to attempt to take a bite.
Oh.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Wow.
And that does hit, I'm afraid.
Less than 20. Shocking.
So, as it tries to take a bite, you put your arm up and it clamps down on your arm, dealing 7 points of damage. And it takes a huge bite, and you can see part of the fabric on your arm gets torn and blood starts streaming down.
Rude.
So that is 7 points, but you are still up.
Woo. Could have been worse.
Okay, from that we go to Kyle. Kyle, you are close to 2 of these things, and these flies
Oh, I have to do a contract.
are swarming around, and you're so close you can hear them buzzing in your ears, and you can feel them sort of landing on your face, trying to crawl into your mouth and into your ears. Can you do me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I can use this afterwards, right?
You can use them after seeing the roll before I tell you if it succeeds or fails.
6. I'm good with 16 because I don't actually know my Constitution.
You don't know your Constitution. You do have on your Constitution save. You have a +2.
So it's 18 in total?
It's 18 in total. And as these things try and bite you, and sort of crawl into your mouth, and you can feel them like nibbling, you sort of swat your hand out of the way, and you knock them away. Did you roll it with disadvantage? Sorry.
Oh.
I can't remember if I said that or not.
No.
No, apologies. With disadvantage, sorry.
Oh, that was a fail, so that was a 4. So that was a 6 in total.
Right. Yeah.
With what you rolled?
Do you want to use?
Not with that low.
No.
Not with that low.
No.
I need a 6 for that.
Okay, sorry. I should have mentioned that it was with disadvantage because you had 2 of them around you.
Okay.
So you can still keep the inspiration because you would have used it on whichever way your low roll was. So as you try to swat them out of the way, and they sort of crawl and they can bite into your cheek and onto your lip, and you feel your lips start to swell, and you take 3 points of piercing damage as they swarm around you.
I don't feel particularly resistant to that effect.
You do not feel particularly resistant to piercing.
I'm a man with iron skin.
Well, apparently not.
Apparently not. Not iron enough.
Not enough, I'm afraid.
Costume makeup.
Maybe silver.
You
So it's
haven't
softer.
taken any damage before, have you?
No.
You are still up. You at least have 3 hit points.
I have.
Wait, how close are you?
Yeah.
Is it to
Oh,
3?
how bad do you
But it is now your turn.
Okay. Please don't say whoever made the character you actually rolled for health.
Potentially.
God. I'm just going to hit the injured one.
You're going to hit the
Again.
injured one.
For 17 plus 6. So that's a hit, I assume.
23 hits.
D4.
Yeah, it will be a d4 plus 4.
Be 6 damage in total.
6 damage in total. This thing, as you sort of... How are you attacking? You punching? You kicking? How are you doing it?
I am going to be drawing back and then going in for another punch.
Another punch?
To his like bottom third chin.
Okay, so it's underneath the sort of the throatal area. As you do so, you're like, okay, hitting the body is not doing very much. It's just ricocheting through, rippling off them. So you go in for the neck, and you sort of cause it to... it is still up, but it is not looking particularly good. It's looking almost as if it was about to choke with the force of your punch.
I am going to attempt a second hit.
It's an attempt.
It can be an attempt. I can do it.
That's
No,
it.
I can't
That's
because
fine.
it'd be 12. No, 8.
It'll be 14 if you got 6.
You're 14, which would be a hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this.
You're going to use your
I'm gonna
inspiration?
use my inspiration. Pray to God.
No gods here!
That's
Ain't
bad.
no gods here.
Oh
Thank
dear.
you.
So as you sort of draw upon the inspiration, you try to get in with a second hit. You can see that this thing sort of reeled back from the force of that initial blow, and you're just shy of hitting your target
Suffering from success.
as it bounces back.
Oh, nice.
Okay, is there anything else?
No, that would be me.
Okay. In which case, that brings us to Kim.
Yes.
There is only one of these things around you, but these flies are just gnawing and biting, and they're emanating towards you. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I can, but I have no idea what it's gonna be. That's a 17 plus. I have no idea.
Your Constitution saving throw is a +2.
Okay.
So a 19 successes, and you swat these flies away, and they come towards you, and you sort of swing your arm, and they sort of emanate around with a wave of force from the swiftness that you do so.
I like it.
But it is your turn.
I'm gonna shuffle forward 5 feet. If someone would be so kind as to move my mini for me.
This way?
Yeah. And as I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and try and do a punch to the underarm area where his ribs would be.
Okay. Would you like to roll it for me?
Oh god. Oh no, that's okay. 21.
21 hits.
Can't do maths. Nice. Okay, and then
It's D4.
4 plus 4, so that's 7 points of damage.
7. So as you do so, your fist hits into the side of it, and the amount of force that you put behind this punch rends through the flesh as it ripples apart. It makes a very thin layer, and your fist goes straight into its side, and you can go, and your arm squeezes into this hole that you created, and you can feel the rib, and you sort of pull your hand out, and the rib comes out, tearing at its internal organs, and this thing tumbles to the ground, oozing out a pool of blackish blood.
Right, I've only used 5 feet of movement, so I'm gonna jump over the body, using it as a
trampoline.
a springboard, yeah. And then come down and try and elbow the second guy with my bonus action.
Okay, roll the attack.
Cool.
I was born to play a monk. Oh, okay, yeah, 21.
21 hits.
You were.
21. Oh, okay. 5 points of damage. Not bad for a bonus action.
Not too bad. So yeah, as you sort of jump and you bring it down onto its head, you can see it sort of wobble and waver just as it did before. This thing doesn't appear to have a lot up there, but what is being hit is not particularly happy about it.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else? That's your action and your bonus action and some of your movement.
My movement. Yeah, no, I think that's it.
Okay, and that brings us back round to Monique.
So I'm still kind of playing this drum beat on my lute, but then there's kind of a break in the beat as I pull out my rapier and try and slash across the front of this person.
Okay, so you're making a melee attack against the rapier. If you would like to roll the attack, it has a +4.
That's a 19.
19 is a hit.
And then I've
There's
never
a D8.
used a rapier. So that's a 7.
And you have a +2 on that.
Okay, so that's 9 damage.
9 damage. So as this thing comes barreling and it bites into your arm, you push it off and you pull your rapier and you just go up and you stab it and you go pierce through the flesh, and it goes quite deep. And this thing is sort of looks down as you pull the rapier out, and this black oozing blood trickles down this tiny puncture wound that you've got, and it looks very confused. It is still up, but it is not looking happy or healthy.
And then I think I'm unlikely to and then I will, having done that, resume back to my beat again, focusing on you again, building up, but then this time I shout over it. Again, try again.
And that is another bardic
Might
inspiration.
demotivated from this.
It's got a rousing beat with a healthy dose of cynicism and disappointment. It's the encouragement of a disappointed parent. What is more motivating?
Slightly condescending. So that brings us back around to the top with Josh. So the state of play as we have it, two of these bloated creatures, one has fallen with a huge splash into the river. The other one has had some of its internal organs ruptured by its rib being yanked out from its side. The other two are not looking particularly well. One of them's got a large puncture wound to its stomach and things are oozing out. The other one has taken a huge blunt force trauma to the head.
Okay.
And the imp is still laughing uncontrollably.
Oh wait, I should do. Oh no, it's not.
You haven't taken damage from that yet.
I'm going to pull out my rapier, and I'll move towards my friend, the other bard. And as I approach, I'll say to him, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Like two bards.
Yep, so if you would like to roll the attack for me, you have a +5 on that roll.
What?
Oh, that's all right. That's only 3
+3
plus
Yeah.
proficiency. So what's that? 14.
14 is enough.
Oh,
If you would like
amazing.
Nice.
to roll me your damage.
And I'm assuming +3 on my damage.
+3 on your damage.
Okay.
And that's a d8.
Come on. 7 points.
Where are you stabbing on this thing?
I think just probably through the center mass. Just like right in the dead center, all the way into the middle.
Okay, so as you come up behind this thing, there's got one puncture hole through the front and center. This one goes straight between the sort of back where you would imagine to be shoulder blades, underneath all of this flesh, and you go down and you pierce it through, and you must hit something important as this thing slumps forward and falls to the ground with a huge thud.
Nice.
So that one is dead.
I'll raise my sword towards you.
Okay. Do the
Okay.
same.
And just like a ting as like the Three Musketeers.
I love it. So,
And I don't think I've got any
Anything?
other bonus actions.
no. So the imp tries to sort of brace himself. He wraps his rings and he's like trying to cover his body from this like little feather that's tickling him. Unfortunately, he does not pass with a 9.
Nice.
So you don't have a negative modifier. So he is still laughing uncontrollably. So that takes us back to Alex.
She's gonna swoosh over to Monk Friends, just around about here, and take out that bow and arrow again.
Okay.
Loose another one. Oh, that's 12. That doesn't hit.
12 does not hit, I'm afraid. Did you use your inspiration from before?
No.
So you do still have that.
Oh yeah, you can use that.
I've never used Bardic Inspiration before. Don't really know.
So
I can-
after you see the dice, you are able to, if you want, roll to see if you can enhance that roll. So you just
Okay.
add the d6 on top of your roll, and whatever you get is the new thing.
Oh.
And you can find you can do that after you've rolled the dice.
Yeah.
Usually before I say whether it succeeds or misses.
Okay.
but I will let you in this
Okay, I
instance.
didn't know that.
That's okay, because you didn't know that.
I would love to add my inspiration.
By all means.
And you can do that for attack rolls
And saving throws.
saving throws, and ability checks.
Oh, nice. So that would go up to 18.
No, you're
Well,
welcome
you
to
roll
roll
it.
Oh, I have to roll it again.
Yeah. That,
No,
that
no,
one
you
you
roll
roll.
Oh.
the d6.
I'm so silly. I'm like, hey, that's a 6 automatically, right?
That'll be nice.
That's a 3. So that would take it to 15.
Takes it to 15, which is a success.
Boom.
Yes.
So roll me your damage.
So that's d8 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10.
Okay.
Nice.
How would you like to kill the last one?
Oh my god.
So she's been feeling a little bit detached from all the action, and she's seen them going down, 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 and she's gonna fly in really, really close to its face and just hold the arrow point blank and just go oof.
And as you do so, it'll go straight through his two mouth holes that are his eyes. And the tiny mass of what you assume is a brain matter in there just sprays out the back, and it tumbles with force just onto its back and oozes out brain juices to the ground. And you are out of initiative. The imp is going to continue laughing uncontrollably, unable to do anything until you drop that spell.
Oh, I'm gonna go grab the sword off him.
You want to grab the sword off of him?
Yeah.
Okay, if you would like to do me a strength athletics roll, I believe you have the modifier for that.
Is
I
he
can see if you can wrench
incapacitated?
it. He is, but he's also
Moving. Okay.
rolling
Because
around.
could I argue that it's more of a like sleight of hand thing? Because I'm trying to like wiggle it out whilst he's not pulling back.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to like
I'll allow
maneuver
that.
it out.
Your sleight of hand is a +4.
That does not help me. Damn it. 10.
10. Unfortunately, his wings are clasped around this thing. He's trying to stop the feathers from tickling him. It's sort of getting a little sensitive parts of the ridges of his wings. But as you try to wriggle your way around, he sort of rolls uncontrollably to one side or the other side.
Do we know what an imp is?
You can roll me a religion check to see if you're able to recall it. Any information about them. From sort of an instinctive point of view.
13 in total.
13. Do you have a modifier? Have I given
Yes,
you
I
that?
have +1.
+1, perfect. This thing, you sort of recall in your mind that there are sort of small, almost familiar-like creatures that are called up from infernal heritage. You don't know a great deal about them, but what you do know is that they tend to reside in the lower planes of existence.
Seeing the attempted theft, I'm just going to try and stand in between, but like not put a hand on anyone and just say, perhaps we should let the creature possess the item. It seems to care for it greatly. We do not have an immediate need for it right now.
Yes, but as soon as I stop this creature is a threat, and they have a huge weapon.
That'll hold him down.
Now it looks like they cannot use it.
Good gracious. What have you done to him?
She speaks truly. It is. We don't know what it is or who it is.
I know, but that's quite an interesting effect. I would like to know how you did that.
Some of us just have a knack.
Nice.
Perhaps we drop it and I will act if it attempts to do anything harmful.
If you're sure. I mean, I'd rather tie him up, but if you think you can handle it.
I feel we can get more with diplomacy here.
I think we're all friends here, aren't we?
And I cast friends.
Whoa!
Nice.
Well, we're definitely all friends here now.
Who are you casting friends on?
On the little guy.
Last for a minute. And he'll know you cast.
Okay.
That's alright, a minute's
Yeah.
So
plenty.
yeah, you cast friends. It doesn't get a saving throw or anything, does it?
Doesn't it?
No. And it's unless like it's well, it does a charisma. Sorry. Yeah, as long as it's not hostile, which I guess it isn't, but it depends how he feels about having a spell cast on it from our party.
He is not immediately hostile from its current position.
So if you're about to drop the spell, I would cast friends as I would help them up from the ground, and like I would like dust the wings
Okay.
Like I cast the spell on.
That's
And I
fine.
basically just have charisma, advantage on charisma checks against this creature.
Okay.
Can we like back to back, like stand there looking down at him as it's happening
sure.
with our like our muscles like bulging?
Yeah.
Are you flexing or are you intimidating?
I'm just flexing.
Okay.
I feel strong. I don't know what my strength score is yet. I feel strong.
But you look strong.
I feel
You look
strong. I
strong.
feel strong.
Okay. And you drop the spell as it's cast. Okay. And as it sort of, why would you do that to us?
Well, as far as I can tell, you just brought four things to attack us.
I did not bring them to attack you.
You ran towards us with them.
I merely asked for help.
Likely story.
It was only for safety. How are you? What's your name? How can we help further?
Well, after being tickled like that, I'm not feeling particularly good. Whew, I've never laughed so much like that before.
I mean, some people enjoy it.
My name is Lucretian. And thank you for dealing with those Naparibos.
Napo, what's it?
Naparibos, are you not from here?
You might notice the
We are not suited for this climate.
Yes, we're not exactly locals. We're hoping just to pass through, actually. Got places to be.
Interesting. Well, I was passing through. I'm not anymore. Thank you again. Where were you headed?
Somewhere less fiery and death? So anywhere else.
That sounds about the same for me. I don't want to be around here anymore.
What's the closest city or settlement?
Oh. Well, you all look. And he sort of looks at you, and you. Largely not from around these parts.
I say there. Can't help but notice. Not included in this list.
Same.
Well, but you... and you... but
You.
do you think that... I mean,
You.
why was I not included in that list?
Well, you had the mark.
The mark. Okay. We are going to have a conversation about this. What is the mark?
You don't know what the mark is.
You don't know what the mark is?
Let's pretend I don't.
What is it? You took a sip from the river?
Oh. Maybe two. But, just humour me.
There are... How should I say? There are creatures in this area that have an affiliation towards chains. You have the mark of someone who's been touched by them. Well, I say touched. Part of their family.
So, it doesn't have to have been me. It could have been passed down.
Yes,
Is this going to hurt me?
I should think not.
What does it mean? What does it do? Does it make me really strong? Is this the reason why I'm so talented?
I wouldn't know how talented you were. I spent most of the time laughing around whilst you were getting rid of these things. But, it certainly makes you plain touched.
Plain touched. Well, that's certainly something to think about. Someone else asked some less
Why were they
terrifying questions.
why were they chasing you anyway?
And
I'm not like flexing my bicep.
are you intimidating it, or are you just flexing?
I'm trying to be tough.
That's
I don't know.
intimidating.
That would be intimidating.
Yeah,
would be intimidating.
yeah, I'm gonna try to intimidate them.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Okay, that's a 16.
16, your intimidation modifier, because obviously you are the bottom one.
Always.
Your intimidation is a +1.
Okay. So 17.
17. And as you sort of do so, he's sort of recoils a little bit, and you can see that his wings wrap tightly about this like sword that he's holding. He's like, "This is
Need to change the battery.
I just took a photo.
Yep, the battery pack is down. Give me 2 seconds.
Here we go. Pass it
He
down the
captured a
line.
beautiful picture.
At least we heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. This will be the camera.
So-
I suppose that was just the
Professional,
shutter closing.
So, yeah, let's have a look. Is there any chat?
No. Well, your mum.
I don't think there's many chat. Oh, there's just Kids Podger giving us a hard time for being a bit late. Fair enough.
Sorry.
Your mum said Josh is the man.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's in.
Now we can.
If you want to pass that down just to get that.
Thank you for bearing with us while we change the battery.
Yes, we are working on it.
We are working on a low budget, so you know.
100% professional stream.
Professionals with a list.
This... I need this sword in order to be ascended through the hierarchy of the Inferno. You see, I have a tale of woe.
Before you launch into this tale, you were telling us about the nearest settlements.
Oh, yes. Sorry. The nearest settlement. Well, if you're not going for anything infernal, then I would probably say that if you continue eastwards and northwards, you'll probably end up around the kobolds or the goblins.
Okay.
As you ask that, I'm gonna try and look at the sword, see if I can see anything distinctive on it, any markings, anything to tell me about
Okay.
what it is.
If you want to roll me an Arcana check.
I feel like I would notice.
So 19.
19. This thing does seem to have markings on it, and you can see that the markings on them are in a language, and your mind is able to comprehend this language. So you have the infernal language. And written on it is the script that says Sword of Ascension.
It's way too obvious.
Quite literally.
That seems way too obvious.
And I kind of mutter, oh, he's not lying.
And it does appear to have some sort of, runings etched into it.
While that's being inspected,
Yes.
can I take an opportunity to descend and speak to our impish friend?
Yeah, what would you like to say?
Are we about the same size?
Yeah, about the same size.
Awesome, okay.
You're a little bit taller. You're about 3, this is about 1.5 foot.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're definitely closer to the height than the rest.
I'm going to sort of crouch down a little bit in a, not patronising, friendly way.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, my friend, you seem to recognise that some of us are not from these parts. You seem to have a great deal of knowledge. You seem like a very, very intelligent fellow.
Well, it is said that I have a way with words
And
and...
you're very handsome as well, can I just say?
Why, thank you. Would you like to roll a persuasion to see how well you're sort of almost seducing, but not quite seducing?
I think you mean deception.
Oh, natural one.
Oh!
Or do you know what my modifier is?
Your modifier for persuasion is a +6.
So that will be a 7. But still.
So with a 7, he's like, "Why, yes, I am incredibly wonderful and smart. I wasn't always this size, but
You weren't always this size. What were you before?
much, much bigger."
Oh, I bet you were even more handsome then. What can you recognise about me? You seem to be very knowledgeable in the art of markings, and I have several marks. I'm gonna seductively raise my dress up to reveal my legs.
But
I'm looking for
slightly
myself.
clumsily.
Yeah, sort of like, c'est moi.
So thirsty.
Hello.
I don't know too much about that. No, it's not infernal in heritage.
No.
No.
Well, that's a shame. That would have been really nice. I'm sure. What about this? And I'm going to take the amulet, which is damaged, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me anything about this?
You should really look after your things a bit better.
Yeah.
Can I insight that?
Yeah. Roll me insight. Do you have your
I think
modifier?
I do. Maybe. I'm blind.
Insight is wisdom.
I am blind. I do have it.
You do have it.
17 plus 5. So 23.
He doesn't seem to know anything about this this amulet. He seems to be remarking on the fact that it's singed and
Okay.
a little bit burnt.
What about the rest of us? What can you tell us about? 'Cause, yeah, we're all a bit lost as to where we come from and what and who we are.
And he sort of comes over to you and he... You have infernal heritage.
And checks out.
You have infernal heritage.
Well, yes.
You have infernal heritage. Come on!
Is there a specific kind that you can sense on us?
You're from a chitin.
A what?
What's a chitin?
They're largely made out of chains.
Checks out.
Again, checks out.
Checks out.
Okay, I don't want to know anymore.
I'm not so sure about you. I need to spend some time thinking about it. You're diluted. You, on the other hand,
That was rather rude.
I'll take what I got.
you're from what I used to be.
Oh, we're alike.
Well, not in this form, but in my previous form, yes.
And do tell. What were you before?
I was a horned devil. And he sort of takes his hands and he sort of wraps his wing around the sword to stop it from falling. And he puts his hand around his waist and he sort of puffs up his chest a little bit.
So you're a chain devil.
No. I'm touched by whatever this
I'm a
thing is.
diluted devil, and she's a full devil.
What is it?
And that's a used to be devil?
Used to be devil.
Oh, I'm a devil.
A small one.
Just not a good one now.
But formerly he was.
Formerly
Grand.
known as devil.
Majestic.
Yeah, and as
And now
kin of mine. And I bring out the my flyer for the gig, and I'm gonna see if he recognises any. Like, if it says, I can't remember where it said the gig was. I know it's the Crowns versus the Lich, Astley, and the Dust Dusters. But I think there might have been a venue or something to suggest where it is, and if he can tell me.
It's a A drinkery, bar, tavern, one of those. Somewhere in the Hive district, I think.
And where is that from here?
You really are clueless, aren't you?
Don't tell anyone.
What would you do without me?
What would you do without us?
This is a good question. Well, perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement. I need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. Let's do a little work together.
This is agreeable.
I do like that. Before,
It's always good to have friends in low places.
just about now, as the spell is about to end, it's like, I do hope you don't end the spell ends.
And he's fully aware that you had, I think, sort of cast a spell on him. And his face sort of goes from very, like, smug and, ooh, and he's like, why did you do that to me? What is it with you casting magic on people without their consent?
I didn't think it through. I thought it was a good idea at the time, as I'm sure my companion here thought. But you know, it is what it is, isn't it? We're all friends here.
I mean, we did save you from those creatures.
Yes, that exactly.
Arguably, the laughter saved you from them. You know, they would have just, squished all over you otherwise.
My character is going to try and soothe them though, kind of whisper, it was very rude of them, wasn't it? It was very rude.
I thought we were on the same side.
Hey, no. I'm trying to be subtle here. Can I do it stealthily?
So
I
you're
don't know if
sort
that
of
works.
whispering it into his ear.
Like, really subtly. Because I'm trying to
Devil.
smooth it over. I want him to be our friend still, but I'm not deliberately trying to annoy anyone.
Okay. So if you're like gonna sort of duck in and whisper it, you can do a sort of stealth check against everyone's passive
that's wrong.
perceptions.
Passive perception.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have it, let me know and I will tell you what
Oh
it is.
dear. I don't know what my modifier is, but
I
I'm
think we've all
assuming
got
it's...
passive.
Your
Most of us
stealth
Most of us do.
is a +4.
Oh, so that's only a 12.
12.
13.
14.
13.
Do you have yours?
Yeah, I do. Mine's 10. I'm staring at the sword.
And I say, I thought we were all friends here.
And then I'm going to kind of look and stealthily try and go to you. Like,
I like this one.
I think
We know nothing.
Flattery will get
we
you
don't know-
everywhere.
We know nothing about each other. I don't know if you're playing our side or their side. Okay.
perhaps we should move away from the bloated corpses.
They do stink.
Yeah. A lot of flies.
Does he have a patch on him?
He does not have a patch on him.
Ah, very interesting.
I look at him and point out my patch. What does this mean to you?
Let's have this conversation on the road, shall we?
Yes, that's...
Yeah, and you mentioned a tale of woe. I'd quite like to hear that.
I could really do with the rest, though.
We
We've
can
been
do so at
walking
our next
for
campsite.
Hours and hours.
And you notice that the blonde braided individual with you is bleeding out quite profusely from this like gouge in its face.
I'm
Oh.
fine.
I'm going to look at that and I'm going to cast first level spell.
Killed.
Power would kill.
Oh my god, are you gonna fucking thunderwave me?
Thunderwave!
First level, none
Non-lethal.
Like a restorative spell.
damaging.
Oh, you got damage.
Lethal still hits.
Well, that's fine. It's non-lethal, that's fine.
It takes what, 8 hours to come to or
I'm
something?
helping her figure out how many hit points she's got.
Good point. Good point.
That's what friends do.
That
what
is.
a gent.
Yeah.
How many beatings can you take?
Yeah, as soon as he found out that there was some demonic effect in his blood, it's like, kill.
I mean, if we're already
And
killed
as you sort of you take your hands and you're like
Are those the noises?
Is that what the imp is doing on the floor?
Yep. And you sort of weave sort of restorative powers and you cast Cure Wounds.
Nice.
Hey.
I'm gonna
Oh, thank God, at least
Oh.
someone's here.
I'm gonna play my my violin and then the bow becomes like sort of glowing and I'll go boop, and touch you with it and it discharges all the energy of
And the
violin.
strings from your bow sort of weave out and you can see that they sort of tendrilize towards it and they start to sew up.
Oh, beautiful.
So you can
I love
roll a 1d8 plus 4.
All right, and I roll this, don't I?
You do.
There's a
1.
dice tray.
Sorry.
Right there.
I can re-roll it in the dice tray because it was only 1.
You restore 5 hit points.
Oh.
That does not take you back to maximum, I don't believe.
No, but that does feel good. Sorry.
Shall we get moving? And you can regale us with however many questions that we're going to inevitably ask you.
Wait, where are we going?
Well, how long have we been walking?
Do we want to go see these kobolds and goblins?
Well,
At
that
least
was
away from here.
still in the same direction, wasn't it?
I think
Yes.
he was,
Northeast.
coming from
He
there.
was running this way,
Yeah.
I
but
thought
he
you
just
were
wanted
gonna
to
take
get
us to
away
Sigurd.
from these
Away from
things.
He did say northeast for
goblins and kobolds.
goblins and kobolds.
But
Also, what's a goblins and kobolds?
Yeah.
your flyer says is for Sigurd, right?
It is for Sigil.
I mean, I'm always up for it.
Are
Do
there
we know
goblins
where
and
Sigurd is?
kobolds in Sigurd?
Yes.
We don't know where that is. Let's
You
just
there,
get
young
somewhere.
man. Take us to Sigil.
Friend, kind-hearted friend, would you be so good as to show us the way?
Wow.
And perhaps accompany us safely?
Roll me another persuasion.
Oh, that's can't do maths. 24.
24.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll take you where I can. I can't quite take you there, but I can take you somewhere and I can take you there.
And it will be safe.
I mean, you have as much luck as you can with the goblins, more so than if you had the fiends. You're not a fiend. They don't like non-fiends. Kinda do, kinda don't. It depends on their mood.
Cool.
This is a confusing place.
Shall we head off then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, now, I'm a lot shorter than you all. And as you can see, and he sort of flexes his wings a little bit, I can't fly. I should, but I can't.
I look at our mate. Do you still have the disc?
Sit on this disc, yes, of course.
Oh, you were never touched.
Go for it.
Everything okay?
I can't check it. I don't know my phone. Are you?
So it's still.
Well, we finished combat, I guess.
Yeah. No. It seems like the stream has ended.
You might want to stop and then start it again, maybe.
Reconnection successful.
Oh yeah, I just got a message. Stream died.
Refresh.
OBS Studio reconnection successful.
There you go.
There you go. There's a slight
We're back.
technical
Back
issue.
up.
Sorry.
Our apologies.
Hopefully you didn't miss much.
And you hop him onto the
Yeah, so I would just sit into this throne. As long as you point the way, you will be towards the back, but someone will be leading the way.
An imp that can't fly.
Right. Excellent. Who's gonna hang around with me?
Oh, me. I'm going to chronicle all of your adventures.
Yes.
How long have we been walking for?
So up until now, about 7 hours
7 hours.
so far.
There's no disc.
There's no
The disc is 1
I
hour.
was gonna say.
Disc is gone.
Well, you can walk with me anyway.
He's like, what, like a foot tall?
1.5 feet. He's big for an imp.
Can I like a toddler, like put my hand under his
Yeah.
arms and like try and pick him up? How heavy is he?
Pretty light, to be fair.
Do you wanna
He's actually smaller, like you, size-wise.
piggyback?
Yes!
Right. And I'll like turn him around like a toddler and put him on my shoulders so that his little feet are hanging down, his little hands are on my head.
Is that a devil on your shoulder?
Hey.
The dust is getting... Do any of you have something I can use to cover my... Oh.
I'm gonna just try and reach for anything, cantrip-wise, anything that could move something or fix something. Or... I don't know what I'm looking for, but I want to be
What does
helpful.
he mean by his hole?
Does he mean like
His eye.
Is he missing an eye?
He's missing
Eye
an eye.
socket.
I did say that.
Oh, yeah,
Anything
sorry.
helpful or curative or balming or binding.
Let's have a look. Have a look at this.
Oh, secrets.
I should have
Secret
prepared this
squirrels.
earlier. Nope. Secrets. So
we're
you're sort
gonna
of
trust
looking
the
to.
devil to take us
I mean,
to our
he's not
salvation.
the devil. He's just a lesser.
He's a really small.
So as you try to create something, the thing that appears in your hand is flour.
Ah.
I'll go into my disguise kit then, and I will take out like a long ribbon of fabric and like wrap him up with a. And I'll choose. He's red, I assume.
He is indeed red.
I'll give him a nice sort of earthy green.
An earthy green. Just
Nice moss green.
Christmas.
Christmas devil, I
Yeah.
like it.
It's almost the season.
With this
Tis
flower,
the season.
can I affix it to his, like, don't know if he has hair or a place to balance it or like fashion it there.
You could probably tuck it into the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can I
Just
tuck it in?
tuck it
the
into
fabric, yeah. And he
Honestly.
does so, and he's like,
I'm really sorry, I couldn't make anything useful, but you look so pretty.
"Thank you, and thank you." It was
She seems to be trying far too hard.
getting very uncomfortable.
Shall we move
I'm
on?
gonna glower at you.
We've been walking for 7 hours. I think we should probably find a place to rest.
Maybe another hour, and then
1 more hour.
we will have to.
At least away from this place.
My legs.
Yeah,
Can
but
take another hour.
This
We've been
is-
going for
It
so long.
smells gross. Can we just?
That's a good point.
Right, let's away. We follow the river for a while.
Okay.
And as he does so, who's hanging around to listen to his tale?
I am, and I'm going to be.
Definitely hanging around.
I'm going to be like playing as we go, and like as he says something, I'm just going to try and put it into a little bit of verse, and I'm going to like start like making little verses and like work on a chorus and just figure out how I can immortalize this song.
Okay. Well, a reasonable while ago, I was working in the plane of, well, the layer of Diz here in the Theater.
Is that where we are now?
Yes, we're in Avernus.
Avernus. Anyone heard about this place?
What does that?
Does it ring a bell?
A furnace.
Avernus.
Oh, a furnace.
That must be why it's so hot.
But
We.
set you up for that.
So if everyone would like to roll me a religion check, if they want to see if they can recall any information about Avernus.
What's my modifier? For religion?
So everyone's religion modifiers. I think you may be the only one that
I
has
already have
one. So, Alex, your religion is a +2. Your religion is a +5, Philippe.
Clever boy.
Josh, your religion is a +1. And Kim, your religion is a +1.
Okay.
And Monique, your religion is a +4.
She's so smart. Why is she so smart for a bard?
Yeah, what the fuck?
So,
Be a high-class
what is
bard.
everyone's rolls?
That would
With
be
those modifiers?
13.
11.
4 total.
4,
15 in total.
15. No? Monique?
Big no.
Yeah, also no, I got an 8.
I got natural 1.
Oh.
Oof. Okay, so those of you with a 13 or higher are aware that you sort of get a sort of strong wave of recollection when they mention Avernus and Beator. And your mind sort of goes towards how everything comes in full circle. And there is a circle of everything. And Avernus triggers as a lower area, somewhere where people who perhaps are lawful in the ways of evil tend to go if they pass on. It is also the home of devilish fiends, things that are lawful but not necessarily good in any capacity. And as he continues, he's like, so, I was a guard in Diz, working under the Great Dispater. He has a very large tower in the center of his city. And, well, everything was going lovely. It was very comfortable, nice heat. I was quite large myself. I was a Cornagon, the horned devil, to people who don't quite understand what that means. Similar to the heritage of this one over here. And he sort of points towards Monique's character. Everything was lovely until one day there was a group of mortals who decided that they wanted to come in and steal stuff. They managed to wriggle their way through, and I thought they were here on genuine business. And I took them through to the waiting room, and, well, they managed to make their way through the tower. I was the one on guard at the door on the day. And so it was my ass that got chewed up. Despater was very displeased. He ripped out my eye and descended me through the ranks of the Infernal Legions. As you can see now, eyeless, small, I am now an imp. The thing that people who are disgraced go to. So, I thought to myself, this is not what I want with my life. To be called upon by these wizards and mortal creatures, just as willy-nilly as they want. And so, I went to Nubbathoth, the person who looks after these bloated creatures. And, well, the bloated creatures are the other things if people are disgraced, but they're not even aware of what's going on. If you really want to kick some mother down, you become an imp, something that's conscious, aware, rather than a mindless thing. Fortunately, if they do well, Nubbathoth grants them ascension to a lesser devil. And they stop being mindless creatures and they gain an entity of semblance of character and personality. I stole this sword from him. And it's what's gonna get me out of this form.
Wow.
And how are you going to use the sword?
Semantics, I haven't figured that out yet. I know I've got to do something with it, and that's gonna work. It's I know it. I can feel it.
Right.
So you stole the sword from someone at a higher rank than you, or from the big guy?
The big guy that runs over them. There's a hierarchical system in the Infernal Legions. He's relatively important. He looks after the Naparibos.
I told you you fucking stole that sword. I told you.
This is relevant to us how?
What? I might send more people after him.
Perhaps, but he also knows the way.
It's true.
True. Well, good for you. It's really good that you're trying to improve your life. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
These darned mortals. Ah,
That's something that's bothering me.
mortals.
Well, we're not mortals then.
I'm just staring at the imp, just waiting for him to respond.
Because you said that you don't like mortals, but you seem very friendly with us, but are we I'm just a bit confused. Because I don't know why we're here.
I do not know why you're here either.
But we're not mortals.
Well, and he sort of leans forward and he'll try and sort of touch you. Will you allow him?
I will allow him.
So he sort of pokes you and he's like, well. And he sort of extends his tongue to try and lick your face.
I'm gonna do like a a little dodge away from the tongue. Just would that be enough to roll for acrobatics?
Good
I
try.
He's on the
Go
back. It's
try.
not that much
No,
different.
that's fine. I'm sure that. Oh, okay. Bit close.
It's hard to say. If you are, you have something of this plane on you. And he sort of licks the air in front of you, just trying to.
I mean, he's on my head. He could lick my head. He's on my shoulders if he wants to.
And he looks around and he's like.
I can't move. Like,
So he goes to lick your face instead.
I let it happen.
You are and aren't. You are definitely touched by infernal things, but are not infernal in nature. Yes. I imagine your bodies have been restored for a purpose. But you're not from here. And
So sorry. Did you say restored?
yes,
Our
you're
bodies.
What happened to them so that they needed restoring?
you have a taste of the undeath on you.
Oh. This is hell, isn't it? And we died and we came to hell.
This is the bad place.
We're in the bad place.
You don't all seem like bad people.
Oh.
The devils are an interesting lot. They conscript people for the blood war.
The blood what?
That sounds great.
Right?
Surely good.
Right, yeah.
Do they also take memories?
No, that's the river.
Oh.
Oh, I told you. It's a good idea to get this.
So
It wasn't a good idea to drink it though, was it?
I don't remember that at all.
we're not
I keep saying this. but-
soldiers.
You suddenly have something about you that they wanted. And it looks like you managed to get out of getting it. Well, they managed to get not having it from you. Yes.
For now.
I assume that's not the good thing.
It looks like we're not the only ones on the run then.
They don't like losing out on their stuff. And with that, I'm going to give us a break.
Oh god.
So we're just going to take a quick 5-10 minute break. This is very draining on my throat.
Yep.
So I'm going to have some water. We will roll our mid-roll, if you would be so kind.
Alright.
Hello everyone, it's Kim here, your friendly local yarn shop owner and your player on Hodgepodge Heroes. And as you can hear, I've got a really dodgy throat and cough, and I'm not really feeling up to doing much chatting today. So for Alternate Universe's sponsor spot this week, I am just going to play you some B-roll footage of the shop throughout the last couple of years, so you can get to know the shop a bit better as if you were visiting in person. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. I'm sorry that my voice sounds like I've been smoking 3 packs a day for the last 18 years. But enjoy these beautiful clips, and we'll see you back with the show in about 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. It's Kim here, your friendly local yarn shop owner, and your player on Hodgepodge Heroes. And as you can hear, I've got a really dodgy throat and cough, and I'm not really feeling up to doing much chatting today. So for Alternate Universes sponsor spot this week, I am just going to play you some B-roll footage of the shop throughout the last couple of years, so you can get to know
And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed our mid-roll. It was presented by our lovely Kim. And we'll go straight back into everything. So, does anyone have any more questions?
What's my name?
Who am I?
Why am I
It's like that
dead?
Jackie Chan movie.
We level up.
Oh, good question.
I was actually wondering about names and on this little journey that we're taking. Maybe we can give each other some nicknames.
We are going to have to, because we can't just keep calling each other,
You.
hey, you there, with the face.
With the
I
face.
quite like Brady.
Oh.
Brady.
Sounds like Brody or something like that, which is
What do I look
Okay.
like? What do I seem like?
Fairy.
Yeah.
Fairy.
Spritey.
Spritey.
Sprite.
Sprite.
The sprite. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Sprite. Cute. I like Sprite.
Well, my book says DM, so can you call me DM?
A great and powerful DM.
That won't get confusing at all.
I could call you Dick.
I don't know
We'll
if
call
I have
you
one of
Dim.
those. I should check when it has.
You know what? We'll call you Dim.
No, no.
You're
Call me D or call me M. Anything else, I will blast you.
Dumb.
I mean, if that is your spell book and those are your initials, then D is probably
Yeah. D.
as
D.
close to your name as we're gonna get.
That's the closest we get for now.
Henceforth, D.
What
I shall be known as D.
Dumb. I don't know.
Dom.
Dummy.
Dominic.
D will be no further.
Okay, Dominic.
What else can you tell us about this place?
Come up with the others as we go. As they come to us.
Well, as I said, if you're here for the reason I think you are, well, you must have made some sort of contract deal with a devil of some persuasion.
Does that have anything in our memory? Trigger anything?
Doesn't sound like me.
Well, maybe.
But yet we are here.
Yeah.
But who am I? Yeah, so I don't know. But still.
I might not have made this contract, I think, considering you said hereditary. Right? So,
We are from here.
Link.
Ooh!
Chain link.
I'll take it. I'll take that. I like it.
Other links are available.
Spike.
Yes.
Spike,
There we
yes.
go.
Spike and Sprite.
Oh, that's cute.
We should be buddies.
Sure.
Mommy. Sorry, that was out of character.
Mommy, sorry, mommy.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I think I broke the table. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
You broke everyone. Well, we're in Avernus. I would avoid any fiends if I were you, because they do not like to leave their property floating around.
Assuming that is the case.
And if we took some of their property, would they be coming after us in great numbers and with a terrible hatred burning in their hearts?
I mean, the same as if you were, their lost property. We're kindred spirits, friends. And he'll extend out his hand,
Of course. I'll shake his hand.
and you'll shake it back.
Ah, friend guy.
Now, if we have to rule out any other fiends as our ways of getting out of here. It does largely leave us with the goblins and the kobolds. Now, the Goblin King, he's, pretty chill. I've heard stories. He doesn't like the fiends because they're trying to constantly recruit him to participate in the Blood War. But yes, that's probably a good idea. That or the kobolds. The kobolds are pretty smart cookies.
Just ponder after a meal.
True.
I am hungry.
What? Do we? None of us have any food, right?
We have
Rations in our
We have a
bags.
few rations
Oh, we
in
do?
the bags.
Well, let's make sure they stretch.
Would they be culturally related rations? So would I, for example, have dried rice, or would he have dried pasta, some beef jerky for her?
Why do you think
I love the assumptions you're making.
I know.
You're
Like,
Southern.
you look like a pasta guy.
How dare you?
A flask of
Meatloaf.
sweet tea.
Yeah.
Meatloaf, sweet tea. Oh my god.
They're just general dried things.
Dried things, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing,
May have
nothing
been
spectacular.
assigned to us when we arrived here.
Perhaps much like equipment for a soldier.
But
bed
I
rolls.
do notice that our clothing is quite different. Like, I don't seem to be dressed as a soldier. Do I look? Is this soldier garb?
I don't think
No.
it lasts very long.
Well,
I say this with the best
No,
of-
I do understand it. It's quite silky.
from what you told me, it seems like you took a little dive in the river, which suggests that you probably didn't reach your destination if you were traveling along the river.
That's very true.
We were being taken to our. We were going to be outfitted.
Which is why they think that their property's probably wandered off.
Or dead. Hopefully, they think we're dead.
But that
Yeah.
That other guy
ship
was
was
dead. I mean-
totally exploded, right? Did one of us do that? Which one of you can explode things?
I can't. I don't. Not check the book.
I can do the thunder wave,
That seems quite explodey.
but there was a lot of fire,
Bro.
and I don't think I can do fire.
Let's have a look at that.
Did you punch?
Yeah, give us a look at this book.
No,
again.
no.
No, I might want to learn something.
No,
I'm gonna try and grab it.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna gang up as well.
I'm gonna cast spells.
Are you casting spells or are you just trying to
Cast
physically
offensive
resist
spell.
them?
I thought you were tired.
I mean, I'm being ganged up on. So
We're just trying to
I
help.
will.
I'm just being a dick.
I know. I will. The first one that attempts, I'll cause fear.
Oh, go for it. Oh, yeah.
She said it first.
That's level 4.
What save do I do?
So cause fear is, I believe it's a charisma.
This is a good use of a spell slot while we're in very hostile
Wisdom saving
territory.
throw.
Oh, well, yeah. This is the right thing to cast.
Literally
13.
coming
Yeah.
after us. Right?
I assume fails.
Your wisdom
Plus-
save
oh.
is a +0.
Yeah.
Your spell save, you said you rolled a 13, yes?
Yes. So it should be higher than that.
It's probably 13.
It might be 30.
It should.
Plus 3.
It does pass. A
Yeah,
13
so it's
passes.
a 13.
So I'm not scared, afraid.
But I'm not letting go of that book.
You're such a dim wizard.
Passes. Interesting.
Thanks, guys.
And as I kind of, I guess I feel it, you try, and you're like, is that got a verbal component or anything?
This is not.
What on the...
The spell? Because I want to see what I
No,
what I see
verbal
you
only.
doing. So you're like,
back? And it doesn't work.
well, and I just go to.
I'm not letting go.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna work with a bard friend, and so if she she's on one side and I'm on the other, and we'll kind of and then she lunges in as he goes like this, and then I'll try and grab it. So I'll give her advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Or whatever she's
So you
done.
can roll a strength athletics with advantage. You can just roll your
So
strength
no.
athletics.
Let's hope for sleight of hand.
You have +3 on your strength
Great.
athletics.
Right, it's just
Wow.
eating the rations like popcorn.
+3 on your strength.
You're a strong wizard.
Yes, strong.
Strong wizard.
Is this the first? I think this is the first strong character I've ever seen you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
I rolled 17
A
for
17.
my first one.
And you managed to snatch the book. Is it the book that you're going for, not
Yes.
the bag? The book.
The book, yeah.
Told it.
Hold the bag. Wisdom saving throw.
You're
Oh my
taking
god, I might go
He's very
down.
protective.
You're taking my shit.
Natural
Oh.
one.
So,
That's okay. There's no. critical
also
failures.
damaged.
As you-
No, but I've had 7 points of
this is
damage.
bad.
so as
Yeah,
you pull,
I'm quite wounded as you do this.
as you pull the book, you can see his brow furrow, and he's, and you can feel like a wave of necrotic energy wave over you, and that takes you down.
He's just rolled a 10. I might be dead.
Let's see what we got.
I mean,
It takes you to your hit points in negative.
That's what I mean. I could be dead.
Yeah.
So what is it you were?
I'm minus 17 now.
Cool.
No, I'm not minus. Yeah, so from my total, I'm minus
Yeah.
17.
You are not dead,
Okay.
but you are lying on the floor dying.
and I go and grab the book.
I will
Sorry,
try
sorry.
and stabilize.
Do you? Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah.
If you grab the book off me, because
I think you've used up your spell slots, haven't you?
I don't have any more spell slots.
You could try. I mean, you feel like
Yeah,
you're
I would immediately
exhausted.
cast Cure Wounds and then like.
The magic.
Oh, I meant more you getting the book.
I have.
I don't care about coming
Are you
back.
gonna try and?
I'm proficient in medicine, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna rush over and
I'm
see
gonna
what I can do.
try and
Okay.
do medicine check as well.
So as you rush forwards and you you're trying to bring life back into as of yet nicknamed character of Monique's, and you're sort of rummaging around and you're like feeling where the necrotic energy is. You regain 5 hit points
Hey.
as your hands
Ah.
My hands
Oh.
glow.
Your hands glow.
Why
And
do
you
they
can-
glow?
You can
How
feel
they do?
like a power surge through your fingertips.
How is that?
That was the thing that we figured out.
No plate armor, instantly. No.
It's got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
shield.
Bow paladin.
Yeah,
A bone rapier.
Cool.
What?
fairy
And I
paladin.
just like
That's
put my
amazing.
hands and
Sword
just
and shield.
yeah.
She's got a sword and shield.
Yeah,
Is that
rapier and
lay on
shield.
hands?
It was
Is that
there.
what it is?
That's confirmed.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Are you okay?
that's a paladin only.
Can I grab the book?
We were way off.
You can grab the book. As she was like on the floor convulsing.
We were like,
she
But I would
cannot
attack you
resist it.
back now because you've just like killed me.
I'm gonna
So I would immediately try and cast an offensive thing back at you.
step in
Leveled or
between.
unleveled?
I think I would go for the strongest thing I have.
Can I attempt
But-
But
to disrupt
someone could
this?
stop me because I'm really
Yeah.
slow and like.
Before,
Yeah.
as that's happening, I'll just say, "Spike," and I'll just like grab you and just pull you
Yeah.
away.
I am
Why are we fighting?
trying to stop her hands from moving because I know she has to play music to cast magic.
Okay. So yeah, you can try and do me a. It would be like a grapple, so it would be a contested strength athletics.
Can I be-
And you're,
Can I be acrobatic about this?
no, if it is you trying to restrain them and grapple them, and you're pulling
I'm pulling. We do have names now. D.
D.
I'm gonna grab the D. Just
Pull
really,
it off?
just really yank that D.
You pulled
Yank
the
it
deal.
far.
Yeah.
Must have had a very special relationship with that dude.
And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, and I'm going to sort of like my eyes will begin to glow, and my voice will boom 3 times louder, and I will say, "This is not the time." And
Do me an intimidation roll.
Nice.
I can do those. 13 plus, I do actually know my intimidation already. My intimidation, I don't know my intimidation.
Your intimidation is a +4.
+4, okay. 17.
17.
Versus what?
Your bravery.
If you're actively trying to go against him and his intimidation is sort of bearing down on you and you're just like, then you can do me a wisdom saving throw.
What's my save?
Your save is a plus
Gotta be at least plus
Plus
2.
4. Plus
4.
Yes!
Oh!
I'm a fucking. Oh my god.
Cleric?
Yeah. Potentially.
It's a
Cleric?
holy
Arcane.
book.
Arcana.
Arcane cleric.
Yeah, is there like an arcane cleric?
Oh my god.
Oh!
I love this.
That's interesting.
No, but it can't be because. Well, that's a saving throw, right?
That's the same for
Okay.
Mm.
18,
So-
19?
Yeah, that beats me.
You might be proficient. Is that what you're saying?
If I was
so you're not
proficient.
feeling intimidated. Is anyone
If I'm
else
proficient.
sort of
I'm-
resisting that, or are you just going to back off straight up?
I'm not
Can't be.
necessarily trying to intimidate.
Hmm.
I'm just
Putting a stop to the situation.
yeah. I'm very much
Trying to
just
do
making sure that Dee understands the gravity of what is happening right now, and yeah.
I think maybe that might stop me from attacking you, but I would run away from the whole group because I think my life is in danger. I think there is no safety here. Like I would have
Trying
no
to
reason
restrain
to
this.
think that I would. Yeah, and that would scare me even more.
Yep.
So
I'm standing in the
Get up!
like John Travolta.
yeah.
Like what?
I got
How would you start, like,
13 in the
13.
athletics.
Did you?
Oh no, I hadn't done that. So am I
So
doing?
he's
can I
trying
do
to stop you from.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yes, you can do acrobatics.
Oof, that was a 3.
So you are
If-
grappled, so you're not able to get away.
If you're trying to
What's
run
my
away,
modifier?
I would just
oh,
shout,
acrobatics.
like,
is,
you know, crazily, like,
plus 4.
I did not mean to kill you,
I'm still running.
but do not touch my stuff.
Yeah, well, no, I guess I'm grappled by you. But I am, fighting off because I would not believe anything you've said at all.
Actions have repercussions.
I will just hold on until you calm down at any point. Or
Yeah, and I'm exhausted, so like I probably kind of like.
Yes, you have one level of
Yeah.
exhaustion. That is a home rule that we have.
Yeah.
If you get down to 0 hit
I
points
forgot about that.
and brought up, you gain 1 level of exhaustion.
I'm
Which
gonna
means technically you would
You would
have
have a disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Oh,
Thing, but it
But-
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Foul
like-
anyway.
Yeah.
pretty bad anyway.
I'll
Ooh,
cast
humble.
message, so only you can hear this, and I will say, peace. You are among the closest things to friends you're going to find here. You may not trust that one, but you can trust me.
Can I reply?
You can.
I'm not sure I can. He didn't attack you.
I think if I had grabbed the book, I would have been next.
That's what you think.
There is nothing out there. It's death.
Are you okay? If I let go, will you run?
No.
And Brady, you hear in your ear as the imp sort of goes down and says, "Well, now they're acting like devils. Maybe my initial thing was incorrect. My diagnosis."
Yeah, that's true.
And I will say further, you clearly do not trust easily, so I will...
Would you?
I don't know. Perhaps you have better instincts than I do. But mine are telling me right now that more people around me, the better. More people that know and can think and can see. You were of great help during that fight. It would be a great shame if you vanished. That is my honest opinion.
Do you think you could have killed 4 of those things on your own?
I wouldn't have fought them.
They were rolling pretty fast.
But not
You
at
were-
us.
But if it wasn't
If it wasn't that, there would have been something
it
else.
would have been probably something. They look hungry. I think these are the least of creatures in this place.
They were after that sword.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take a rest here. Everyone's tired and cranky and hurt.
Aye.
Y'all, we don't have to like sleep and trust each other. We can do shifts, or you could stay up all night if you want to. But I think,
As I suggested before, perhaps 2 people a shift.
sticking together.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, we've all had a busy day. Anyone want a shot from the river? We can start again.
Honestly,
I heard that people drink to forget.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I'll put the stopper back in. Let's have some food.
how many? I should have wrote it down. In terms of like rations, do you still have our inventory basically?
Yeah, so you do have 5 days worth of
We'll have 5
rations.
Alright. Well, can we get a fire going? I'll look at the our friend Lucretia. I suppose we could just hold something over the lava.
And
Yeah,
wood to
so-
burn around.
That would be a pretty useful way. Unfortunately, my fire conjuration abilities have been stripped with my old body.
I think I've got a little bit of flint on my chain.
Yes, you do have some flint on the chain.
Is there?
Yeah, is there tinder in it? Like anything?
Yeah, you'll be able to,
Start
strike up a fire if you want to. There's not much wood around, so.
Some dry bones.
But to be perfectly fair, I mean, your rations are all dried, and this is a very hot place.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking,
we-
like, we can make a hot meal.
With what water?
That's true. Just a little in the soup.
I think we can go. We can go a fireless camp tonight.
Very well.
It does feel a bit stifling.
If we do a little camp and we sit around something, or
Yeah.
I would sit opposite
Opposite away from.
As,
away from the
as
next
you sort
character.
of sit in a little corner, Lucretian will hop off Brady's shoulder and sort of go, well, this ought to relieve the tension. And he just sort of sits there and he goes, trying to imitate fire sounds whilst waving to sword.
Oh,
Nice.
he is the cutest.
That's pretty cute.
Having some difficulties with my camera, but
And I'm just gonna take all my stuff out of the bag as everyone else is eating. I'm not eating. I'm just looking through every single piece of my bits.
I will bring out my food and offer a day's ration to anyone.
Okay.
I'll go around, like, do you want them? Do you want them?
That's very nice. I think I've got something. Thank you.
Of course. Won't pass down opportunity. Actually, let's see if we can. And I'll gesture over to this mopey mofo over here. And
I feel perhaps we should not crowd him. You deal with that, and I can attempt to reason with the other one.
oh, give me his, and I'll give it to him.
If I hear you coming over, I'm like, skittish about it.
It's
And then
okay,
I'll go
friend.
into-
I'm gonna look you up and down. I'm gonna just break off a little bit, and I'll break bread with you. But I haven't forgotten that you called me a try-hard.
I would think it's a compliment, but
Tell your face.
does it ping if I flick my face?
yeah.
That's different.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Spike, I suppose.
And I guess I'm Sprite.
Let's hope for a beneficial partnership.
I will eat to that.
I hold up some of my jerky, so
Cheers.
cheers.
So, as you rummage through, you've got like a little metal tin that you keep all of your rations in.
Nice.
As you open up the tin, you notice resting on top of all of the food is a...
Is it a note from my mom? Does it say "Have a good day at school"?
It is a picture. It is a picture of you, and you're holding the hand of a 5-year-old child, and in the backscape you have a mountainous region, and you can see that the side has been torn, and where it's been torn, all you can see are 2 sets of legs.
Does the child look like me?
The child does resemble... I might even have a description, if I remember correctly.
I guess. Who's mommy now? Oh, this is...
A young boy with short, cropped, blonde hair, and a giant, majestic mountain in the backdrop.
And it's torn. It's... Oh, God. Is it... Are the legs on the other side of the kid?
Yes.
As if we were holding his hand?
Yes.
How many pairs of legs?
2 pairs of legs.
2 other pairs of legs.
2 pairs of legs.
Yes.
Or
So
one.
4 legs in total.
So 4 legs.
Oh! Do they all look like they belong to the same person, or do they look
They
like...
all look very close. They don't look like they look at the same person.
Okay.
They're not like hooves.
We're not in centaur territory.
No. Central territory.
Worth checking.
Yeah.
And as you rummage through your bag and all of your stuff, can you roll me an investigation with advantage, please? I don't know if you have your investigation yet.
I believe so.
Oh, is that Philippe?
Yes, Philippe.
Sorry, I was...
Sorry, my
writing
bad.
notes.
Philippe.
That was all good.
So there you go.
9.
A 9 with advantage?
Yep.
Okay. So as you sort of fumble around in your bag, just, checking everything that you have over, one thing that you do notice is in your spell book, you have some scrawlings along the side, and they appear to be similarly written to some of the spells that you've sort of looked through and you've cast, but they look slightly different. They look more intricate.
What kind of what would I discern from that? Like someone else maybe? Or?
The writings is exactly the same as the writings that make up the rest of the book, but the way that it's written, the incantations and the movements required seem to be a lot more complicated than the other ones that you've done.
You have higher level spells that you do not have access to yet.
So you were higher level before you died.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So, how long are you resting here, and are you approaching D with...
I think I was. You're not coming with me?
No, I'm not. I said I didn't want to crowd him.
Alright.
And instead I will hang around. Miss doesn't want to be around us.
I'll be over there with them, checking you're okay.
I'm gonna casually wander over, like in a kind of like I'm playing my violin and I'm just wandering, and I just happen to walk past. I'm like, oh, and say, oh there, friend. Sorry about before. The big shout and all. I just didn't want that to go in. But how are you feeling?
Not great.
You seem a bit about that book.
When you don't have any other memories or things to tie you to your past, you hold on to what you have. Did I try to take any of your possessions?
No, but we didn't realize it was such a sensitive item for you, and we need to work together a little bit more. Our new friend, you've terrified her. She was going to head off and probably die out in the If you didn't kill her,
I didn't mean to hurt her.
but
She took damage previously, but that was not me.
but if she survived and she ran off, she would certainly be dead. Now I'm not. This is a big thing for all of us. I assume, have never died and come back before.
Not that I remember.
No. But I think it would be a nice gesture if you offered a little bit of maybe extra rations to her. Just, she's probably not going to take it, but at least something that's showing that your heart's in the right place. Don't even have to give up any of yours. I've got 2 here.
You're right.
I'll hold on to them because I don't think she's the trusting type. So we can say that you haven't touched them, but this is yours. I was sent here to give this to you, so this does belong to you. Okay?
You're coming through a lot wiser than I give you credit for.
Not really. I think I might just be a bit of a people person.
I can't say that I am one of those.
I just don't want to die down here again. And I think we need her as much as she needs us. And we need you, my fine friend. And we need to work together, don't we? Come on.
My silver-tongued friend.
Give me a smile. That's it. That's my D. Elsa.
So do you think it
Now,
would be advisable for me to
take this package
Should I have...
and go over there. Fully knowing that I'm making a terrible double entendre. Now, let's put this silliness behind us.
I'm not sure if a ration's going to cut it. I almost killed her.
But it's a good start. Do you have anything helpful in your all of this?
I could. We'll see. Let's. Yeah. Okay.
We seem to have an issue with the stream going down again.
Oh no!
So just trying to see.
Is it like a connection issue?
I'm not sure. We are using Wi-Fi, so we're not hardwired in. It is possible.
Connection successful.
Connection successful.
We're back.
Hey, we're back.
I'm not sure how much we missed, but
Right, you guys were chatting.
we're chatting about
So,
a gesture.
a gesture. A friendly gesture that may not do much, but at least it will show your... Don't use that one. not friends. It sounds good, but not right now.
It's not.
It is not going to work the way you think it will.
Very well. Let us mend this thing.
Right. You just wait here a second, and I assume you're with our friend.
Well, I just approach and sit down, vaguely near you, but not within arm's reach. And I just look at Minik's character and say, "It's a stupid question, but are you feeling okay?"
You're right, that is a stupid question.
And yet I ask it.
How am I looking? So what does Toll the Dead is necrotic?
Yeah, so, sort of maybe the veins that sort of go up your neck are sort of very bulging and sort of slightly purple, and it's starting to dissipate slowly as time progresses. But yeah, it seems to have like an internal effect on you.
I would say I felt better, but who knows what things were like before.
Could have been a queen.
Perhaps.
I do thank you for not running. It would genuinely be a shame if we were to lose you. Simply stating fact that we would lose another capable member of the party.
So yeah.
So glad I could help.
You are valuable. Your skills are useful. This is the truth, if you wanted to hear it from me. And as I the people kind of looking our direction, I'm just gonna slightly saddle back and say, it is entirely up to you. But a group does work better if its members at least see eye to eye. And I will fall, kind of scoot back.
And I'll start going through my bag to take out one of my other sets of clothes because mine is covered in blood and stuff.
And whatever else.
And maybe some like vomit from when I came to, and
Whatever was on the floor.
Can I cast Druid Calf just to send like a nice flowery perfume your way?
Oh,
just
nice.
to kind of, I can see like, you know.
And I look up to you and kind of just nod.
Just kind of shrug like.
Yeah. And I'll start trying to get change, but in like when people don't want to actually show anything, so they like put on as many clothes as possible and then try and slip other clothes out.
Yeah.
Can I do like a yawn? Spread my wings, just like.
So you're like covering
like
Gossamer.
girls, we've
Yeah.
got each other. We
Yeah.
know, like at the beach, you know, with the
There is a trick to putting on a shirt while you also have a shirt and taking that shirt that you had on off. I don't know what it is.
There is one.
There is
The
one.
Mr. Bean thing where you
I'm sure.
change your underpants
Oh
inside.
God, how
Your
do
trousers.
you do that?
Yeah.
Like taking the bra off under the shirt is easy compared to that.
All right. I'll begin to approach, and I'll just like keep you back like 10 feet behind me. I'll say, feeling a bit better? I mean, you couldn't be feeling worse, surely.
I mean, I can talk. I'm not passed out on the floor, so.
Well, that's an improvement. I have a young gentleman here who has something he'd like to say to you and something he'd like to offer you. And I think in the spirit of new beginnings, which this is for all of us, perhaps we could hear him out. And I'll send message to you and I will say, please.
And I'll kind of change, like sit up straight and kind of nod my head, and I'm trying to look really like I don't care, like I'm fine. Although I am exhausted, I am not scared of this man.
I'm gonna play some soothing music, and I'll
I just shove all this stuff into my bag, put my bag, well, carry it because I'm not letting anything go. And I just walk towards, I visibly embarrassed and just not happy about how I behaved myself. As if I go to this, like the headmaster's office kind of thing for something you obviously did wrong. And just looking at the floor and say to you, I am sorry about that. I got scared.
And as you walk over, maybe, I don't know, at some point, like you lift up an arm to like move your hair or something. As you do that, like I flinch, and anyone who's watching me will see absolute terror in my eyes. And then I very quickly kind of pull myself back and if that's one's first reaction at a bit of rough and tumble, I hate to think what a life you had.
Yes, you may be right. Regardless, I shouldn't have done it. And it won't happen again. And as a token...
Rations!
Yes. As a token of how sorry I feel, I hand you the book.
Ooh.
I kind of go out to touch it, and I pull my hand back. Keep it. But I know that it was hard for you to do. I say. Although as I say that, something seems a little bit, maybe a little bit off. Like I kind of say it quite lightly, maybe. I shouldn't have tried to take it. Though I didn't expect almost dying doing so.
Well, to be quite frank with you, last time I did that spell, it didn't have that effect. Those fleshy things barely got touched by it. I wasn't expecting to cause so much damage.
Sure.
It doesn't excuse it, I know.
Peace, I will not try and kill you in your sleep or any of these things.
Haha, what a wonderful rest. And with that, we are reunited. Fantastic. How about a bit of music for some levity? Sounds nice.
Please.
Sounds nice. Let's eat. Let's
Please.
drink. And let's rest.
Yes?
I would like to open my wood cutting and artisan's kit and see if there's any works that are like partly finished.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
If there's anything in there at all that's like been left behind.
Yeah, sort of like work in progress. Ooh. I will come back to you on that at the beginning of next session.
Cool. In the meanwhile, I will take a piece of parchment and my calligraphy tools and start calligraphy. If I close my eyes and think of a name and attempt to write a name, do I write anything?
Automatic writing, clever.
Roll me a wisdom check.
Please.
Oh.
For badge. For 2.
2. Your just straight wisdom is a +3.
5 in total.
The only name, like solid name that comes to your head is Lucretian.
Son of a bitch.
And as you do
What
that,
if you're
he
actually
pops
called
over.
Lucretian?
Oh, that would be amazing.
He hobbles over as he sees you concentrating, and he's like, "Somebody has a crush."
Is it good? Is it good drawn?
Is the what?
Does it look good?
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful.
I will sigh. Do you want it?
Yeah, sure.
A gift.
And I'm gonna just sort of say, in a nice but joking way, no, he's a tryhard.
So, who is taking the first watch, so to speak?
I'll volunteer.
I think these two need a rest.
Sure. Does anyone have any alcohol?
Would we have any alcohol?
You do not have any alcohol now. You just have your rations.
Very well.
God damn, no one bought alcohol.
You're trying to drink to forget, I've got.
To the afterlife.
Exactly.
I
It's the thing you need.
I wouldn't mind taking the first shift, actually.
Sure. I could do with a bit of a break.
Hey, we could get to know each other.
I'll be cheeky and try to stay awake. Perhaps, but I'm so tired. But I'm trying. And I'm so tired, but I'm trying. And maybe I could do like a constitution check to see if I fall asleep.
Okay, yeah.
nice.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
You have a +1.
Okay.
Ooh.
Checks out.
Just trying to complete the set.
10.
A 10. So you try to keep yourself awake after a while, but your body just sort of drifts off into a sleep. So we have our first watch, which is Sprite and Brady. So everyone else is just falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who has agreed to make the second watch?
I will take second watch. And I guess
Yeah, it'd be us.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Oh, no.
No.
It could be you two. Or you two.
What, you're not happy with? Oh,
I
with
just don't
us?
think.
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
it
one
would
is
be-
you
yeah.
two. This is a good idea.
Maybe it would be a good idea. We'll
Maybe.
chat.
Yeah, I would volunteer and
I'm snoring.
South.
He's out.
any one of these people.
You guys choose.
Yeah, let's do it. You and me.
Sure.
Let's
Pray.
force this out into the open.
Let's pray.
Oh no.
Okay.
I do not sleep on that watch.
Oh.
You do not go to
On the
sleep.
first watch.
No, I sleep on the first watch.
Okay.
I do not sleep on the second watch.
You wake yourself up.
Interesting.
Oh.
Okay.
I sort of pretend I like lie in my bedroll, but I'm not sleeping.
Resting.
Okay.
As in you don't trust us.
We don't. We don't know.
But you don't know.
No, I suppose we don't.
Yeah.
Well, can we perception check that as we're perceiving everything?
I wouldn't be checking, honestly. I'd just assume everyone's asleep. I'd be more looking outwards. But
Well, I
that's
suppose just
up to me.
passive perception.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
me.
take a passive. If you want to do me stealth, if you're just trying to pretend to be asleep.
It has to
Can I
be
go
in
for
a...
performance?
Yeah, do a performance. Yeah, performance. That'll be fun.
Oh.
Your performance is a +6.
That's a 23.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're very good at pretending.
Night
to sleep.
terrors.
Well practiced.
Night terror.
The snore timing is nailed down.
So, under the
No,
first watch,
right.
you can see in the first watch, Lucretian is sort of sat there. Everyone else has gone, and he's like looking at the sword, and he's sort of fiddling around, and he's like,
Of course you'd suspect us too.
and you can see he's trying to like figure out what's going on with the sword and how he can use it. He doesn't seem to make too much headway. As you guys drift off, he's like, fine. And he sort of wraps it up in his wing and he sort of curls up tight and rolls over with it. As the second watch comes into play, D, you wake up in cold sweats. You are drenched and you're shivering. And instinctively, almost without thinking, you reach towards your bag. And as you put your hand in, again, almost autonomously, you pull a tiny thread from the inside of the bag. And it unravels and reveals a secret compartment
Oh shit.
with a tiny pouch. And you pull the pouch out, and in your hand, it's like a small rolled up pouch of a finely ground, almost yellowish salt. And with it, you find a small spoon
Do
and
we,
a syringe.
do we see this?
Oh, no.
And I'm going to end the session there.
Oh my god.
You got it!
Oh no.
So yeah, bit of a dicey pass.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do you spice? Because I do, apparently.
Oh my god.
Trying to get people to trust you, man.
Maybe it's prescription.
Maybe
That's
it's
true.
yeah.
We
can grab with those threads, yes?
Maybe
You always keep it in a secret compartment.
I'm taking my
I always
addiction
keep my...
into the. As the goes through, like, Is there no freedom after death?
No.
Oh shit.
Death doesn't free you from this prison.
No, damn.
So, thank you for visiting the Hodgepodge Tavern. We hope you've enjoyed the adventure so far and continue to join us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. If you would like to leave us any likes and follows, we have our links in our page for both Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. If you haven't already and would like to, please do subscribe. It really is appreciated by all of us. And with that, I'm going to do a couple of quick calculations, and we'll be back in a moment, and I will do the XP rundown if you would like to continue listening.
Are we doing a poll?
Yes, once we've done the calculations, I'm going to now open up a straw poll on the chat. If you would like to vote for who you feel was the best or your favourite character of the session, somebody who did anything that you particularly enjoyed or you felt a connection with, then please vote for them and they will receive an experience blip.
If we log in to Twitch as ourselves and ourselves, is that allowed?
Wow.
If you're fast enough.
Okay.
So
So
I will
I'm
kick
gonna-
that off now.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the credits now, and the straw poll will be up, and then the poll will finish, and we'll come back and do our XP.
Yay.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned.
Thank you, and welcome back. I can see a couple of people have already voted in the poll. I will keep on going until we hit that point in our rundown. So, as a result of the combat encounter that everyone participated in, everyone receives 67 experience points.
Ooh. Oh man, 2 off of the sweet number.
Oh,
nice.
Wait a minute, it's 3 off 70. Is it 70 to level up?
The old man.
You're
Okay.
old.
And from that, that will lead us into the first blip of the evening. Who had what you will believe to be the most creative use of a spell or ability?
Killed his own teammate.
Yeah. It's all the
Do
dirt.
not give me XP. We're killing him.
What was the third category again?
I'll run down the categories that we've got. So the first is the creative use of a spell or ability. The second one is something that is heroic, selfless, or pursues a party goal, if there is one.
That's fine.
The third one is intangible. So anything you thought was cool that doesn't fit into those categories, but you want to give somebody some props to, or some.
I'd actually like to argue Alex for the first one because she tried really hard to do magic and then she did the druid craft, which was cute and like you were trying so hard and it was like really creative, and then you actually managed to bring someone back, which I thought was awesome.
That is true.
I think,
Yeah, if you didn't
but that's the
stop trying,
party
that would-
one. That's
Yeah.
moving the party.
Well, I was going to say
that's
maybe
fair.
that's the best for heroic.
Yeah, heroic party
okay.
mode.
Because that's like
Yeah.
that really.
I'm not saying the
was
first one is
super
me. I'm
heroic
just
and
saying
Yeah,
that
that's
fits
true.
better.
pretty clutch in that
No, that's
situation.
cool. Yeah,
Thanks.
Okay.
I still vote for the first one.
Book retrieval spell.
I run that under intangibles because I think that's
Yeah.
really good roleplay.
Yeah.
I think
I
because I think
go
absolute
yeah.
petrified.
Either
I think
both
is
of you
good.
for
I
that.
tried
that was
I
a
tried to
good
make you
reaction.
scared, which is an unhurt, and then as you passed the thing, you just laughed in my face. I mean, not Philippe's face.
I was
face.
schoolyard bully. Like,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
ha ha ha,
way,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
That is- yeah.
Darn.
Can
Yeah,
we-
I like. Yeah.
Can they both get an intangible then? If it's like a shared
Yeah,
roll?
if there is something that you both are all
That'd be
are
cool.
really feeling,
Yeah.
then I might split it into 2. No more than that, though.
Okay.
We all get it?
Yeah.
Do we say
For that entire encounter, then yes. Okay, so I'll do it reverse then. So,
Sorry.
intangibles, 10 XP for each
Thanks,
blip,
guys.
so that is 1 for Monique and 1 for Philippe
Thank you.
under intangibles. We'll work back up then. So, heroic, selfless, furthers the party goals. We're going with Alex for
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
trying to do everything and then finally discovering their true nature.
I
with
am
their
a
hero.
tryhard.
You are a tryhard.
Is that
Nothing wrong with that.
A blip is worth 10
That's how you go
experience.
up in the leagues. Look at that, almost leveling up. No joke.
Okay, and we'll go back to the creative use of spell ability. If you can't agree on anything, you don't think there was anything particular, we can skip
No,
it this time.
There must be one.
There's gotta be
Well,
something.
when you're talking about a creative use of ability, the way Kim took down the thing and then jumped and used it to
Bounce.
bounce
It's
on
not
the
a spell, but
body.
it's an ability.
It was
so-
an
Yeah.
ability, and it was
Drop
creative
over.
because it was coming into their own and it was funny, but it was cool, and that stuck in my
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll vote for
I like
that.
it.
Perfect. In which case, that is a blip, which is 10 experience points for you.
Hey.
So, I am now going to close down the poll and mark it as complete. Hopefully, when that works. Still trying to get to the hang of it. So.
Alex is gonna level up.
I mean, you do have to spend some time doing some downtime to level it up.
How many XP?
What is downtime like
Maybe
long
200,
rest or is it
So,
like
downtime
extended period?
would be you would have to be in a safe location.
Right.
So in a town or a village.
like a while
And
off.
from there, you'll spend some time honing your skills and your abilities. So in a safe environment.
Cool.
Okay, so that poll has been marked as completed. Kim, if you would like to read the answers of the poll for me.
Poll resulted in a
No
tie.
way. I thought it was.
One of which was a vote from
Alex
Kyle.
and Kyle. Kyle voted for himself in the chat.
So I am just counting that. You're not allowed to vote for yourself.
I mean,
This is criminal.
So that means
Is that not a creative use of an ability?
Thank you, Mel.
well, that's meta.
Thanks,
So
Mel.
that is
Recount.
10 more experience points for you, Alex.
Oh, I thought it was 100, but it's actually 300.
It is
So
300
there's
to
no
level
way.
up.
300.
Yeah.
But you are getting very close.
I'm determined to figure
A
out.
third.
Well, thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back next week. So please tune in. We will be uploading, hopefully, the video to YouTube, I believe, on Wednesdays. So
Woo.
there we go. If you ever want to listen back to it, we'll be uploading them tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much. And from everyone, nope.
Nope.
What do we
Goodbye.
say? What's the end?
Anything you want to say?
Bye.
We are professional streamers.
Yes.